Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another edition, another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I am your host, Manager Marty, and we're going to talk about the sport of boxing today and the business of boxing. I welcome everybody that joined us. We have to deal with some things that might be unpleasant for some of you listeners, might be unpleasant for some of you viewers, and that's okay. This is why we deal with the real here on this platform, and y'all see the title. We're going right into it today. We're going to talk about Bob Arum and some comments that he made about the disappointing responses based on the pay-per-view buys of Devin Haney. We're going to talk about that. I want to break a few things down that he said because he said some things that makes sense. It makes sense, but you know we can't protect people over here. We got to keep it all the way real. Okay? All right. Welcome everybody that's in the chat acknowledging me. I welcome you all. Thank you for your acknowledgement. I acknowledge you back. Salute. I'm still under the weather, but we don't make any excuses. This is boxing. Okay? And we live and live in color right here. Now, we're going to talk about the Deontay Wilder card. I just really want to deal with Bivol, his fight, Deontay Wilder's fight, and Anthony Joshua's fight. Those are the three fights that I want us to deal with today. Throughout the week, we're going to give previews, fight predictions. Y'all know how we do during fight week. But we got to talk about this card coming up December 23rd. But I wanted to talk about SNAC because SNAC won this week. I know that people always say that, you know, when a fighter that's on SNAC loses, that the program doesn't work. And we know that that's not true. The SNAC program works. I've been saying this for a long time. But, you know, I overlooked something, y'all. And I want to say this now, and then I'm going to get into the show. There's a woman that's on the SNAC program, and I actually forgot all about it. I promise you, I forgot all about that she was on it. And Franchon Cruz, you know, the one that just won last Saturday on Saturday night. Yeah. She fought Shadeja Green. You know, Shadeja Green undefeated. Well, she was undefeated. and a heavily favored according to the betting odds, but she lost. Well, Cruz is on the SNAC program. Oh, yes, she is. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know Cruz was on the SNAC program? She's been on it for several fights now. Like when she fought that other girl, the white girl, she fought that white lady. I forgot the lady's name. She's not American, of course. I remember seeing, the SNAC logo on Cruz's trunks, but also she's been on the SNAC system Instagram page as well. Yep. So not only did Bam Rodriguez on the SNAC win. Oh, that was Savannah Marshall? No, I thought Savannah Marshall fought damn, I thought Savannah Marshall fought dang, what's her name? Clarissa Shields. She fought her too? Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, so Ben Rodriguez, he won on Saturday. You seeing how good he looked. And he messed he messed Sonny Edwards' face up. He disfigured his face. You know he on the SNAC program. But Cruz, Franchise Cruz, I forgot she was on. She was on the SNAC program. Well, she won. She won against undefeated Shadeja Green. She won. I want to play something for y'all, and I'm going to show my face too when I play it. Because, my cousin called me the king of controversy. And he's been calling me that for many years, way before I got on YouTube. So I'm gonna be the king of controversy on this one as well. I went back to the documentary, that Netflix documentary. Y'all know the Netflix documentary, Untold, Hall of Shame, with Victor Conti. Y'all remember that Netflix documentary? I've made several references about it. Oh, the Keggy. Keggy, you didn't know that Ben Rodriguez was on SNAC? Oh, my goodness. Yes, he is, Keggy. Mm-hmm. That boy ain't get tired of nothing. I ain't even see him sweating like that. He probably sweated a little bit. He probably did sweat a little bit, but I ain't. He had some punch resistance in that fight, too. I mean, the boy didn't. Sonny Edwards ain't really put no real heat on him like that, but he put enough on him where, it looked like it was going to be a competitive fight. I mean, both of these guys were missing a lot of punches, but the thing is, from the opening bell, from round one, you start seeing how Ben Rodriguez was tagging that boy face up, man. The SNAC program worked. Yeah. I don't know, Andre. I'm not sure. I see you in the chat, my brother. I see you. I don't know. I didn't get an email yet of the evidence. See, I asked for evidence, but people come in the chat and say, oh, such and such said this about you. Such and such came at you. You know what I mean? Bill Haney said this about you, Manager Marty. I said, that was yesterday. And I said, oh, he did? I said, all right, well, send me the clip. Send me what he said. The person, I forgot who that was. Something 100. Something 100 said that he. So I said, email it. Email me the whatever he said. You know what I mean? But anyway, I want to play y'all something, right? Oh, absolutely, Kagi. I am definitely in good company. I want to play something because I want y'all to. I gotta break this thing down a little bit, right? Because I went back and watched the documentary. I done seen the documentary about 12 times already, to be honest with y'all. Keep it 100. On different days, not in the same day, but different days. Because I keep going back to this documentary to make sure if I don't, if I miss something, I want to make sure and something on this documentary stood out to me. And it stood out to me the first time I ever watched it. But then every time I keep watching it, this same part, you see what I'm saying? this same part keeps coming back up over and over again when I watch it. And so I want to play it for you all. It's about 2 minutes. I want to play. I want y'all to hear. So when I start talking about this, I want y'all to understand when I break this down, because we're gonna get to the snack thing first, then we're gonna work our way back. But yeah, Cruz is on the snack program. She is. Let me play this for y'all. I gotta play this because now here's the thing. When I play this, right? When I play this, it's like I'm gonna take it back just a few seconds before the parts that I want y'all to hear, because I want you all to get, the foundation of the point that I'm going to be illustrating in my synopsis on this. And I made some gruesome discoveries, so to speak. And I could be wrong, but I'll tell y'all about it. I want to play this first, and then I'll tell you about some discoveries that I'm starting to observe in the sport of boxing with certain fighters that's on the SNAC program. Okay? And yeah, I appreciate you all coming out. I know the viewership will increase exponentially as time progresses. I appreciate y'all all coming through. Welcome to each and every last one of y'all. If you're watching the replay of this live, feel free to give me some feedback in the comment section. Please hit the like button if you desire. It's not mandatory, but it is helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Join the channel as a member if you haven't done so already. The reason why I'm playing this part first is because a lot of people did not get an opportunity to see the actual documentary, Hall of Shame, on Netflix about Victor Conte and the SNAC program and ZMA and all of those things. And for those that did not get an opportunity to watch it yet, I want to make sure that you don't get lost when I start breaking certain observations down, all right? All right. I welcome each and every last one of you all in the chat once again. Salute to all of you acknowledging me. I appreciate y'all coming out. Be patient with me today, y'all, okay? I'm still under the weather. I am not feeling well. But like yesterday, I noticed the more I talk, the more I, get excited, the more you all are around me, the more we can vibe together, on this YouTube thing here. I was starting to feel a little better. So I'm gonna get a little, I'm gonna get my bearings together. And I've basically been in the bed all day today, y'all. Seriously. But I did look at this documentary again today. And like I said to new viewers that's just coming in, I want to play this part on the documentary, the Untold Hall of Shame, the story of Victor Conte. Since we talking about the SNAC program today, and I want to make sure that I'm not the only one that's getting these observations. And if I am, I'm okay with that too. But also, I don't want to over exaggerate either. After I play this, I'm gonna give y'all some observations I've noticed in certain fighters today that's on the SNAC program. Some similarities, so to speak. All right. So here it is. I told you, excuse me. I told y'all when I play this, I'm gonna show my face because we got to deal with the real. You know what I mean? We got to deal with what's real. We can't make no excuses, sick or not. We come here and we got to deal with what's real and bring the facts to the people. All unbiased broadcast journalism. That's what I do here. This is a small little clip from the Untold Hall of Shame documentary of Victor Conte. I want to play it for y'all. I want y'all to hear every word that's going to be said in this documentary just for the pieces that I'm playing. All right, we're not going to do our Town Watch check-in today, but I have to get right into this as the viewership is increasing exponentially. I want to prove that I've been consistent about this SNAC thing for a while. All right, y'all ready? Here it is. Let me make sure the volume is up. I want to make sure everybody hear this. I want to show y'all how Gray Hoodie Marty, Gray Hoodie Lux. I see you, Joseph. You better believe it. You know when I put the hoodie on, it's the Grim Reaper. You know what I mean? The Grim Reaper coming. All right, here it go.
Man as a coach.
And then, Victor Conti, you'll be high in the pharmacology.
Taking growth hormone, taking insulin, EPO, taking the clear, and we created a calendar.
So when you're on steroids, you have to have a plan that goes with the medication. It was thrilling.
You know, more does not mean better. This is how you optimize the drugs.
They had a system. I got me a real connect, a real doctor, until I found out Victor wasn't a doctor.
A lot of people mistakenly call me doctor. I don't know why, because I guess because I'm interpreting blood test results and I'm giving them the type of information that a doctor would give them, I guess. Most people know me as a bass player. I played with many groups that had albums. The most famous would be Tower of Power.
I ran 996. We knew from then there was no stopping.
The transformation was incredible.
Starting Project World Record, I weighed 148 pounds.
We bulked him up to 176. We put like 28 pounds of muscle on him in a short period of time. Greg Anderson was coming to Balco, helped Tim Montgomery with all the weight training, and in 8 weeks, his bench press went from 265 to 345, 10 pounds a week increase. He looked like an NFL linebacker, and previously they called him Tiny Tim.
It was.
Stop right there. Did y'all hear that? Yo, did y'all hear that though? There's a couple of things that was said in that document. Did y'all hear that? All right, let me break down a few things that was said so we all could be on the same page. Salute to everybody, double salute to everybody that's acknowledging me in the chat. Much support. Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna play that last part again because that's the foundation of what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, of course, Andre Noble, yes. Victor Conti is not a doctor. We know that part. Oh no, he's definitely not a doctor. But I want y'all to hear something. Hold on, I want y'all to hear this.
On the back of his shirt, it says Project World Record. We were there announcing that we were going to break the world record.
I ran 996. We knew from then there was no stopping.
The transformation was incredible.
Starting Project World Record, I weighed 148 pounds.
We bulked him up to 176. We put like 28 pounds of muscle on him in a short period of time.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that? Project World Record. Y'all heard that, right? Project World Record. Hey, that's Project World Record. Hey, Brooklyn Hit. I welcome you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm not familiar with seeing your name in the chat, but I welcome you. I see that you're saying things in the chat about this was 20 years ago. I know, that's why I'm glad that you came, because I see some similarities of what's going on today and my observation. So sit tight. I am going to bring it all around, okay? All right. Victor Conte used the word transformation. Did y'all hear him in that what I just played? What's up, Brian King? I see you. Oh, my man is here. There you go. My man Rodney. What's up, Rod? Hey, man, we got to talk about this real quick, all right? Now, who that? Somebody just subbed? Sports Prediction 101. Double salute to you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. All right, now, did y'all hear what Victor Conte said? He said transformation. Okay. That was Tim Montgomery, by the way, the guy who Victor Conte was injecting the steroids in. That was him that was talking. Just in case some of you did not see the Netflix documentary and did not recognize his voice, that's who that was talking. Okay? Now, they called him Tiny Tim. But you heard Victor Conte and Tiny Tim speak on that muscle mass. You know what I mean? He started at 148, World Project record. And then in a short period of time, he put on about 30 pounds of muscle. Remember, he talked about the transformation. Okay? All right? I wanted y'all to hear that part. World Project record. You see, if you didn't see the documentary, I'm going to say this part. World Project record is very simple. Victor Conte, his words, not mine, was only interested in working with athletes, right, that have the ability and the opportunity to break records. Marion Jones, okay, Tiny Tim Montgomery, Barry Bonds. You know, we can go on and on with the other athletes that he worked with. But he was only interested in working with, you know, athletes that's capable of breaking records. And obviously he wanted to be a part of the process of allowing and helping these athletes break records. And of course he was doing that through the SNAC programs, ZMA, and the other PEDs that he was using, which I'm going to replay that part so that you all can hear that as well. Double salute to my guy, Rodney Day. What's up, Junior? Appreciate you, man. My man Rod, thank you for your support and contribution to the channel. Rodney says, you say anything about Wilder is on. Salute my mother effing guy. I'm not saying nothing about what. Hey, I will say this about Wilder, Rodney. Wilder don't need no SNAC program. All his power is natural. Now, that's what we do know. We do know that about Wilder, and we're going to talk about Wilder and his upcoming fight later on in this segment. Thank you again, Rod. Appreciate you, my brother. Whoa. Get my camera right. Get my camera right. I was trying to grab the iPad. Hold on. The camera right. The camera. All right, here we go. Now, transformation. That's what Victor Conte said. So those are key words. Transformation, World Project record. Those are key words. Now, somebody in the chat said, Manager Marty, why you talking about this? This was 20 years ago, and we're not the same people that we were 20 years ago. And you are right. Who's that? Brooklyn Hit that said that? You're right. But what I'm saying is there's similarities from what we heard and seen in the documentary that's happening today. That's actually happening today. Transformation, World Project record. Huh? Let me say them two words again. Two transformation, world, 4 words, but 2 different. Hear me out. 2 different elements here. We're going to address it. I know some of y'all don't want to hear this. I'm sick as a dog today, but y'all going to hear it anyway. Transformation, World Project record. We're going to deal with those 2 elements. We have to. We got to deal with it. I know y'all want, some of y'all don't want to hear it because your favorite fighter is a part of the SNAC program and you don't want to hear it. Hey, but I've been talking about it for a long time now. Ain't no point in me stopping now. The SNAC program works. You know what I mean? Chef Curry, double salute to my God. Thank you for your support and your contribution to the channel. I appreciate you, man. Chef Curry says he, Victor Conti, should be banned from any sports event. Excuse me, let me read that again. He, Victor Conti, should be banned from any sporting events, period. Thank you for not brushing this under the rug like some are doing. Get well, Manager Marty. Double salute to you again, my God, Chef. And you're absolutely correct. I mean, here's the thing about this, Chef. And I keep saying this over and over. And I know people don't want to hear it, right? But I gotta say this like this. Anytime a fighter goes with the SNAC program, even if you watching me live right now, or the replay of this live, even your favorite fighter, if they go over to the SNAC program and they win, unfortunately, these are the consequences that come with it. Because there's going to be an asterisk next to your win, according to some fans. Because you're on in a performance enhancement program. Whether it be illegal or legal, at this point, it's not even the point. The point is your performances are being enhanced with this guy. And he has a history, okay, of beating the system. He has a history of making sure that the athletes that roll with him test negative, even though they have banned substances in their illegal PEDs in their system. So if you go over there, knowing the history, knowing the elements involved, knowing that there's a cloud of suspicion over Victor Conti, and I'm not saying he didn't change life around. I'm just saying if you go over there with him, that comes with it. Some people are not going to give you the credit because there's a cloud of suspicion of something that might be happening behind closed doors. You know what I mean? To help you get your wins as a fighter. But if you choose to go over there, you got to stand on that. Like I always say, you got to stand on what you do. You went over there, right? So if somebody criticize you for being on a SNAP program, I don't think a fighter should complain about it. I don't think a fighter, their coaches, nobody in their camp should complain about it. You can't. Why complain about it? Why get mad because other people are speaking on this? You went over there, right? You knew about this guy's history. Can't get mad at Manager Martin. See, like my man Chef said, see, I'm talking about this because other people don't want to talk about it. And it's okay if they don't talk about it. I'm all right with it. You know what I mean? But we got to deal with it. And we're going to deal with it over here. That separates me from other people on YouTube. You know what I mean? Double salute to my guy, Joseph Swab. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Joe. Joe says the hoodie ain't gray for no reason. You better believe it. That's my guy, Joe. You better believe it. Hey, let man, she came right on. I'm gonna let her right on too. 2 Cents Boxing. What's going on, 2 Cents?
What up, Manager Marty? Look, I just wanted to come up here real quick, and I wanted to publicly thank you for allowing me on your platform. My YouTube channel just reached 500 subscribers yesterday. That was the first big milestone that I had. So I just want to come up here and publicly thank you for allowing me on your platform to talk. Your platform was one of the first platforms I hopped on when all the Terrence Crawford stuff was going on. The Earl Spence fight was going on, and I appreciate you putting the clips up and posting the videos. And I just want to say thank you. I just want to publicly say I really appreciate it and thank you.
You are so welcome, 2 Cents Boxing. You know, anytime I see somebody supporting me and coming up on a panel and making sense when they talk like you do, I always try to make sure that I support them back. I believe in reciprocity in every relationship, and so it's the feeling and the sentiments are mutual, and it's all about reciprocity. So that's why I subscribe to your channel as well. And you are one of the first women outside of the business of boxing that came up here, and basically you set the YouTube world by storm by making sense and speaking intelligently on all the points that you made, even from an unbiased standpoint and perspective. And so I can tell you right now, you earned that. You earned those subscribers, and your channel is going to continue to grow. And we wish you nothing but success here. And if there's anything else that I can do moving forward to help your channel grow or whatever I need to do, from my words to your ears, it's going to be done. I'm here for you.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm gonna hop back in the chat and let you cook. I'll hop back up here later when things heat up a little bit. But I wanted to come up here and say thank you because I'm really excited. I remember I had 9 subscribers. Like, I never even thought that it would even grow like this or get this big, or people would be really interested in what I had to say. But I'm really glad I've been accepted so well by the YouTube boxing community. So again, thank you, and I'm gonna hop back in the chat.
You're so welcome again. Double salute to you, 2 cents. Brooklyn, I see you in the back, Brooklyn. Trying to see Brooklyn. Brooklyn, do me a favor, Brooklyn. If you can show your face in the background, so I know you're not trolling, know that you're a real person. I'm gonna let you on the stream. When I let you on, if you want to turn your camera back off, that's perfectly fine. Brooklyn, I got you. Peace to you. All right. Now this is Brooklyn. About to add Brooklyn on. Hey, Brooklyn, real quick before I acknowledge you and give you a proper introduction, let me do 2 things. Number 1, please, y'all, that was 2 Cents Boxing. Y'all, please go to her channel, subscribe to her channel. She has good content. If you love some of the things that you heard her say in the past, here on this channel, on this panel, you in for a treat going to her own channel. And she let it all out. And she does a great job breaking down the sport of boxing. And she knows her boxing now. She knows her boxing. So y'all go and support her and subscribe to her channel. I think she dropped a link to that channel in the chat. And the second thing I want to talk about real quick before I let Brooklyn get introduced here, we're talking about world project record and transformation. Those are the 2 elements that I want to lay the foundation on moving forward since SNAC won this week. You see, when Adrien lost to David Benavidez, people got on my channel right here, and they was basically saying, "Oh, nah, Manager Marty, I told you the SNAC program don't work." Adrien lost. I keep telling y'all it worked. And Cruz, Franchise Cruz, she's on the SNAC program. She won against a fighter, Shadeja Green, who was undefeated and who was favored to win that fight. And of course, Bam Rodriguez, y'all seen when he did the Sonny Edwards face. He destroyed this young man's face. And he won. He's also on the SNAC program. But we're going to continue to talk about SNAC. Brooklyn, you're live in living color. Welcome, man. How you doing?
What's good, Marty? Salute to you, bro. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat, man. Let me do my little part in helping bigging up the channel and grow the channel. Make sure everybody smash the like button because we about to get hot up in here. Basically, Marty, when you contribute a fighter's win just because they're on this program to the program, then you're taking away from the hard work that they did in training camp.
So me personally?
You fans, whoever, who say, well, oh, this person only won, or they were only whatever because of SNAC. And even if the person, someone else was favored to win, you have to say that this thing existed long before SNAC. The upset in boxing, aka Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was the favorite. Buster Douglas won. So when as a boxing fan, in this era, we can't say, and it's unfair to the fighter and the actual hard work, training, coming up with a game plan, executing the game plan, listening to your trainer. You feel what I'm saying? And coming up with the proper strategies, that it was all due. All of that doesn't matter. It all came down to this thing that Victor Conte supposed to have developed when, at the end of the day, Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford, just like someone else wrote in the comment, I agree with it. So why would PBC let one of their unified champions go ahead and fight a guy that is on a program that's questionable and possibly dirty without making sure somewhere in that contract there is 24/7 whatever testing. So these are the common sense questions. These are the things that we have to make sense of as a boxing fan. These are the things that to the majority of fans that don't believe in this snack stuff, this is why we're like, bro, some fighters are just outclassed. There's levels to this, you know, there's experience, there's proper training camps, there's all kind of stuff that go into wins and losses. Just to say one fighter's on this program, it's like a R&B singer reaching for me right now. And just to clarify something else that we spoke on before, you posted a video of this guy LC.
Who?
Right? LC. You said his name was LC, and you played an interview with LC, and this guy was saying that he's a friend of, or Terrence Crawford's best friend, or some close friend, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm on this panel with a guy who has a channel who actually grew up in the house with Terrence Crawford. On Terrence Crawford's going away joint when he fought Errol, they had a background video of them and all their friends and close whatever. There was no LC there. And I spoke to him last night, like, bro, who is this LC guy? And they're like, I don't know, but you got to take that with success. Some people will come out, yeah, I was his third grade friend. We used to sit on the bus together type stuff. Because if this guy really knew Bud Crawford like that, he would have never said that Terrence Crawford got on the SNAC program because he knew that Errol was bigger and stronger than him. If you know Bud Crawford's disposition and stuff like that, he'd say, okay, you feel you stronger than me? Let's go.
Can I say something? Young man, Brooklyn.
Go ahead, talk it.
Young man.
I'm 54 years old. Keep it
okay.
above.
I mean, that's just how I speak to people. I don't know you personally. I don't know your age or whatever. Thank you for letting me know you're 50-some years old. But what I'm saying is, as much as you're saying what you're saying, that has nothing to do with everything Marty's talking about.
Yes, it does.
Victor Conte is a person who embellishes, or should I say, wants to be a part of someone who is achieving the highest of whatever achievements. He wants to be a part of it. He's not trying to get somebody from the gutter, somebody who doesn't have a chance at all. He wants to get somebody who is at the top almost, and says, you know what? Hey, look, no matter what, with what I got, I can make you a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is that when this decision wouldn't be Terrence Crawford's decision alone, this would be his whole team's decision. You know, in boxing, boxers don't just say, oh, I'm gonna do this and just do that. They have to go over it with their team.
Okay,
you know
so
what I'm saying? No, what I'm saying, listen to me.
What are you saying?
Listen to me. What I'm saying is that the decision to deal with Victor Conte is a team decision. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you said that you said something about Crawford's disposition and let's go. No, the team is like, hold on, let's do this too. Even if you say Terrence Crawford is a certain way, the team was all for it.
I'm
you know what I'm saying? So all we know is
I need to stop you right there, because I think you're throwing what I'm saying. I'm saying if you know this man on a personal level,
it doesn't matter about a personal level. You know why it doesn't matter on a personal level? You know why it doesn't matter on the personal level? Because if you look at his demeanor right before that fight and his demeanor right after that fight, you will see him personally. You see his demeanor right after he won that fight. It wasn't
his demeanor through all of his fights, and
did you see it right after that fight compared to right after the David Avanesha fight? His demeanor.
Yeah.
Compare the demeanors.
What's your point? You're
My
losing.
point is that he knew
He knew.
personally. He knew personally it was not raw. It wasn't raw. It wasn't raw Terrence Crawford. It was Terrence Crawford plus this, plus
Okay,
that.
so
That's why he got
let me
upset.
ask you
That's
this.
why he got,
Let me ask you
listen
this
to me. That's
question.
why he got upset. That's why he got upset when people first started accusing him
Let me ask you this
SNAC,
question.
and then
Though.
he got upset when people started showing the videotape of him putting tape on his hands.
Let me ask you
Then he's
this
going to
question.
get upset again when the
Let me
more
ask you a
videos come
real
out.
question, though. Here's a real question for you. All right, I'm fighting David Avanesian. I'm taking flack for David Avanesian. I'm fighting Errol Spence. I become 2-time undisputed, the only male boxer who's became 2-time undisputed in 2 divisions. I'm the only fighter that's ever done it. My disposition is not going to be different, knowing that I just broke a glass ceiling.
But if you are fighting David Avanesian,
anything after
listen to me 1 second, young man. Listen to me. If you're fighting David Avanesian before you fight Errol Spence, that's an asterisk right there. Everyone should be looking at you like, why are you fighting this man? But so many people ignored it because of Errol. Not because of him, but because of Errol. If Errol fought David Avanesian before fighting Terrence Crawford, everyone would be like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? This man is a fraud. You don't want to accept it because you know him personally. He is a fraud,
I don't
period.
Crawford personally. I don't know that man from a hole in the wall.
He's still a fraud, whether you know him personally or not, based on that. All he had to do was say after he fought the young man from Cuba, it was like, say, I'm all right, Spence, I'm ready. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Where was his heart at? His heart was in his foot. His heart was straight up in his foot. He wanted to run the victor contact. Plain and simple. You got to understand what fighting is. When you fight somebody, you deal with your heart.
Good.
He wasn't dealing with his heart.
Good for you. I'm glad you think like that. Great for you.
Deal with your heart. Deal with your heart.
Let me get in this. Because both of y'all said something that was important, and it basically proves the point that I was making, which was a point that Joseph, when he first came on, that's what he's trying to convey. Brooklyn, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, now, you said something that was interesting, which was true. You said Terrence Crawford was the first male to become undisputed in the welterweight division in the 4-belt era, correct?
No, I said to become undisputed in 2 divisions. In 2 divisions.
2 divisions.
Yeah, 2 divisions. He did it at 140 and he did it at 147. He became undisputed.
Good. I'm glad you said that. Would you say that Terrence Crawford made history?
In the 4-belt era, yes.
Would you say that he broke a record that's never been broken before?
Throughout boxing history,
it's just a yes or no, Brooklyn. Just a yes or no.
Whatever. Some people can say whatever, but in the 4-belt
yes
era,
no.
yes, he made history.
Huh?
Yes, in the 4-belt era, he made history.
Made history. That means that he set a record, broke a record. You agree?
To a certain degree, yeah.
All right. That proves my point. Tim Montgomery basically was saying that when he went over to Victor Conte, he basically went over there because he wanted to break Ben Johnson's record. And he broke it. Now, it wasn't the first track meet where he broke it. This is why I played the part where Victor Conte said we had the words World Project. Well, no, sorry, Project World Record or World Project Record. What was it?
Yeah, but
Project
Ben Johnson was also cheating. He also popped dirty for cheating. So that world record was
hold on. Let me finish. Project World Record. He had it on the back of his shirt. That's why Victor Conte said we were there making an announcement that this was the goal. We were going there to these track meets. Eventually, as time progressed, from one track meet to the next, what happened? He started to improve. From that track meet to the next, he started to improve. And then at the last track meet, he actually broke the world record. What I'm saying is we've seen this happen in boxing today with the people that's rolling with Victor Conte. I'm going to give you an example. You brought up Terence Crawford's name, so I'm going to start with him. Terence Crawford set and broke a world record in the sport of boxing, just like Tim Montgomery did when he was with Victor Conte. And we all know that Terence Crawford is with Victor Conte through the SNAC program.
So did he do it on the first time he did it? Because the first time he did it, he became
No.
the first
No.
undisputed champion in the 4-belt era.
No. Watch this. I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay.
When Tim Montgomery went over to Victor Conte, he didn't break the world record. I just said it. I'm gonna say it again. He didn't break the world record the first time that he went to the first time he competed in a track meet. No. He didn't do it the first time. He didn't do it the second time. See, he kept improving though, because his performances was enhanced. And then on the third time, he actually broke the world record. What I'm saying is, through my observation, and I've watched this Netflix documentary about 12 times already, I start to see certain similarities of what happened back then with Tim Montgomery and Victor Conte to what's happening in boxing with our fighters that's rolling with Victor Conte now. Project World Record is one of them. Tim Montgomery, first track meet, he didn't break the record. His second track meet, his performance was enhanced, so he looked even better than the first. On the third track meet, he looked better than the previous 2 track meets, and he actually broke the record. When it comes to Terence Crawford fought Sean Porter. That was the first fight that Terence Crawford was on the SNAC program. He did something to Sean Porter that no other fighter done. What was that? He knocked down Sean Porter more than one time. The second fight, he looked better in the second fight with Victor Conte than he did in the first. Just like Tim Montgomery. He knocked out David Evanesian with one punch, knocked him out cold. We've never seen Terence Crawford knock anybody out cold, especially in the welterweight division. David Evanesian was knocked unconscious. Now, the third fight, which is Tim Montgomery's third track meet, World Project record. Terence Crawford broke the record, according to what you said, according to what we all agree. He became undisputed in 2 weight divisions in the 4-belt era, something that's never been done before in boxing, just like when Tim Montgomery broke the world record. So what I'm saying is I observed that there's similarities to what was going on back then with the people that was working with Victor Conte and the fighters that's working with him today. Now, Victor Conte used the word transformation. He's used it. Now, I'm going to use that same word transformation and apply that to Devin Haney. Ever since Devin Haney been with Victor Conte, we see his body transform. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. Just like we just heard Tim Montgomery talked about his body transforming because they added 20 to 30 pounds of muscle in a short period of time. This is what Victor and Tim Montgomery saying on the documentary. And we're starting to see that happening even with Devin Haney.
Manager Marty, can I interject?
Yes, you may.
I think what a lot of people who a lot of people who are Terence Crawford fans, they are not understanding what a lot of people who aren't Terence Crawford fans or people who are disqualifying his win against Spence are saying. All I'm saying is flat out is that, like you just said, a few fights ago, he wasn't this person. Not saying a person can't improve. A lot of boxing, but at his age, as well as how he's improving as far as the knockouts and fighting fighters that have never been knocked out and being that impressive. We can't wait until this happens again for us to say, oh, see, that's what happened with Terrence. It may happen another 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And guess what? Drugs, or should I say, anabolic steroids, they will be improved back by that time. You can't blame somebody for being suspicious. Say I'm wrong. Let's say for 1 second I'm wrong about Terrence Crawford. And he's just that good. He's just that good. He can't be just that good one night or 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? If he's just that good, he's just that good. It's something that we will have to look at all his fights and say, oh, he's just that good. You know what I'm saying? You have fighters, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? These fighters, they still have certain talent where they use certain things to still accomplish certain things that will produce a win. You can't say that about Terrence Crawford.
Why not?
You know why you can't say that? It's because he's knocking out somebody at the age of 35 with 1 punch.
Okay, so George Foreman knocking dudes out at damn near 50. He was on SNAC?
Hold on. He wasn't on SNAC, but you can honestly say throughout his whole career, that's what he was doing.
Until he met Ali and then got beat up.
No, listen to me. Throughout his whole career, that's what he was doing. George Foreman was a knockout artist. And after he got beat by Muhammad Ali, because he was overexerting himself, he was showing every boxer that was a knockout artist what not to do.
Okay,
don't overexert yourself. He was giving a lesson, just like right now. You're looking at fighters who are saying, okay, you may be a little flat-footed or this and that. Don't do this or don't do that. Even Floyd Mayweather, he said before he fought Arturo Gotti, he said, this is what he said out of his mouth. He said, I won't lose the Gotti. They said, why? He said, because he's flat-footed and he's slow. Okay, all you gotta do is listen. All you gotta do is listen.
And Dongo out with a body shot that had Ndongo rolling on the floor. That was SNAC too. So all the fighters that Bud beat.
No, you are trying to. You are no. When you look at Terrence Crawford, when you look at
never been stopped and then.
When you look at Terrence Crawford and his skills, they were not worthy of pay-per-view. That's why nobody was paying for it. But the performance he gave against Terrence Crawford was worthy of it at a late age. It had nothing to do with him, his skills per se. You want to accept that because that's your fighter.
He's that good. So if you watch,
he was never that good. He was never that good.
Career,
he will never be that good.
His boxing is that
good. Terrence Crawford personally, skill wise or whatever, will never be that good. Whereas you can say, well, when he get up in this joint, he's gonna win, but he's not gonna mess nobody's face up.
Why not?
Who else did he do that to?
He stopped.
Who else did he do that to? No, who else did he do that to as far as messing their face up? The face is what he hit the most when he fight all other fighters. Why didn't that not happen when he fought anyone else?
Because here's the thing. I spoke.
No, it's not the thing. Tell me why.
I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Because I spoke to someone who actually deals with reconstructive surgery, and when you have
Earl Smith's been hit.
When you have reconstructive surgery, when you get hit in that reconstructive surgery like that, that's what happens. Your face.
So why didn't that? Okay, based on what you said, why didn't that happen to Vinny Panzia? Why did that? Hold on. Why didn't that happen to Vinny Panzia when Vinny Panzia fought Roy Jones?
Another question.
Vinny Panzia got in a car accident. He had faced constructive surgery before he fought Roy Jones. Why did that happen?
What I'm trying to say to you is, when fighters, even fighters who have been scarred a lot in fighting, when they go into the next fight, it don't take a hard blow or whatever.
That wasn't his next fight. That wasn't his next fight. That was his third fight. That wasn't his next fight. That was his third fight.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is they at that skill level. They couldn't expose what Bud Crawford skill level exposed.
All right, so let's do this.
Look,
Hold on,
Earl
Joe. Hold
Spence
on,
said,
Joe.
I don't
Hold
Earl
on,
want
hold
to
on,
Spence
hold
argue
said,
on.
with
Earl
you about
Spence
that
said
Hold on,
because
hold on,
they
hold
it's
on.
didn't
already
hit
history.
hard.
Oh. I got. Let me do this. Let me do this because I don't want to get off of the point. We have viewers. Let me tell y'all I'm starting to feel better too a little bit, just a little bit. The viewership is increasing exponentially. Let's do this. We have to put this in proper perspective because I'm making a foundational point and I don't want us to go off of the foundational point that I'm making to prove other points. So I want everybody to come back to the center and let's keep it on what I'm saying because there's new viewership that just came in here and they don't know what's happening right now. I'm
Cool.
gonna give everybody a chance to talk. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we're back into the foundation of my point. There are certain observations that I've been making compared to the Netflix documentary Hall of Shame, Victor Conti, and what we see now with the fighters that we love, all the fighters that we support, the ones that are over there with Victor Conti through the SNAC program, there's some similarities. The first similarity is Victor Conti used the word transformation. I just played it earlier, a small little clip. He used the word transformation, right? He's talking about the body transformation. We see Devin Haney's body transformed over the last 10 fights because Victor Conti said that he worked with Devin Haney in his last 10 fights, right? Also, we also heard Tim Montgomery say that his whole objective was to break the world record. So they build up a plan called Project World Record. Excuse me. They built a plan called Project World Record. But every track meet that Tim Montgomery competed in prior to them breaking the record, the world record, he was improving each track meet because his performance was enhanced. We see this happening in our fighters that's with the SNAC program. Their performances continuously be enhanced as the fight itself inside the ring wears on and or the competition each and every fight thereafter. Okay? And so I wanted to show that there's similarities to what was going on 20 years ago, which will we talking about the documentary with Victor Conti, Tim Montgomery, and the other athletes that rode with Victor Conti and his program. And now the SNAC program that Victor Conti's in boxing now with the performances of the fighters that's on the SNAC program has been and is being enhanced. There's somebody in the chat who said, I just want to make, and I'm going to make sure I find it. I can't find it, but people in the chat know what I'm talking about. There's a person in the chat that said basically that it's impossible for anybody to gain 20 to 30 pounds of muscle in a short period of time. I'm only saying that because I played the clip from the documentary where the expert, the man Victor Conti himself. So I'm going to play that again if everybody can mute your phone on the panel because somebody in the chat didn't believe when I said it. And I'm only saying it because I was quoting Victor Conti. So now here it is. We're going to hear Victor Conti again. He's going to tell you what happened in the transformation process between Tiny Tim, which was Tim Montgomery, all the way up until him breaking the world record.
We knew from then there was no stopping.
The transformation was incredible.
Starting Project World Record, I weighed 148 pounds.
We bumped him up to 176. We put like 28 pounds of muscle on him in a short period of time.
Did you hear that? Victor Conti said we put 28 pounds of muscle on him in a short period of time. Did y'all hear that? That's Victor Conti. Okay, I'm not making this up. I'm going by what Victor Conti said. That what he said. Tim Montgomery said when he started the Project World Record, he was what, 148 pounds? But when it was time to break the record, he was 170, 76? 176 pounds. Muscle. Victor Conte said that's not water retention, that was muscle. Okay? We see that happening today. Now I'm going to show you how we see that happening today, and then I'll let the panel go. I have a super chat that I have to also acknowledge. Before I acknowledge the super chat, let me tell you how we see that happening today. World record. Project world record. Victor Conte. He's in the documentary saying it. He's only interested in working with fighters that have the capabilities of breaking records. He was only interested then of working with athletes 20-some years ago that's able to and have the capabilities of breaking world records, like with Tim Montgomery. We see him doing that today with his SNAC program. Terrence Crawford, he broke a world record. He even set a world record, being a unified world champion in 2 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. He's on the SNAC program when he did that. Devin Haney, being unified and now being another champion in another division. He's on the SNAC program when he did that. So what I'm saying is, one of the observations that I'm starting to make about this that I did not realize when I first started talking about the SNAC program is that Victor Conte is going to make sure that you break the world record when you're on his program. And not only that, he used the word transformation. I just played it for y'all. Not only that, he's going to make sure you transform with muscle mass. Now, somebody can say, well, what that got to do with Tim Montgomery growing in weight? Everything. Look at how Terrence Crawford is talking about fighting Canelo Alvarez. He's on a program that'll help you go from 147 pounds to 168 pounds to break another record and set another record by fighting and even beating Canelo Alvarez. Not only that, you heard Bill Haney, who's all across YouTube now. He just got finished. Devin Haney just got finished winning a 140-pound title. And before the fight even happened, Bill Haney is on record all over YouTube saying that his goal is to have his son fight Barrios and or Keith Thurman. Both of these guys are 147 pounds. So what I'm saying is, you see the guys that's on SNAC, they're very adamant about moving up with no hesitation. Well, there's a reason for that. That's because the guy that they're rolling with has the expertise and the resources to be able to put them in a position to bulk up on muscle and be comfortable enough to compete against the bigger, stronger guys. So, you know, we got to deal with the realities of these similarities from what happened 20 years ago all the way till today. And that's all I'm pointing out. Now, nobody can dispute or refute anything that I just said. Nobody can, with a straight face, to be honest. Nobody can, because everything I said were all facts. They were not opinionated. They were all facts. The SNAC program works. Let me get this super chat. We're going to continue to dive into this topic because the panel is lit right now. The chat is lit. We have everybody here. The viewership is up. Many Face Publishing is with us also. So we got to deal with it. Malik Omar, double salute to you. Thank you for your support and your contribution to the channel. Thank you for your support. Malik says, interesting dialogue, family. Dude went to jail for providing PEDs to athletes. Personally think anyone working with Mr. Victor in today's time is clean, good brother. Some say EJ was on PEDs. Well, you are entitled to your opinion, and I respect your opinion and your perspective, Malik. And that's okay. If those guys or ladies, because we know Cruz is there, and she with the SNAC program, her last 3-4 fights too, so we can't just say men. So the men and women that's on the SNAC program, if they're clean, I'm okay with them being clean. But what we can't deny, Malik, I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. I gotta show y'all this. What we can't deny is the fact that the SNAC products that they offer improve your level of fitness, help you lose fat, build muscle, and of course, enhance performance. See, we can't deny that. Whether they clean or not, we can't deny that when you go over the SNAC program, it's going to enhance your performance. Many Face Publishing, welcome, my brother. What's your take on all of this, my brother?
All right, man. What's happening, man? Salute to you, man. You know, I've been wanting to get on this panel for a while, but I'll be at work. I mean, right now I'm at work. I'm about to clock in, so I'm gonna keep myself brief. But you already know. You seen me this weekend hot about that Bam fight, and to me, I used to be a personal trainer, and I seen people taking stuff, man. So I know how it can affect people. And what I saw in his fight, that boy never got tired once, man. Like I never seen him. He just came out like a raging bull, man. And you know, it wasn't to me. It just wasn't fair, man. And I'm not going to disrespect, none of these fighters and stuff like that. But I just feel like this dude should not be in any sport at all. Because when you think about it, you said transformation, right? He transformed Barry Bonds. He went from about my size to about 260, 270, and just went from 40, 50 home runs, maybe. I think he had 50 home runs one time before he cracked 73. So, like, this dude transformation is like Shane Mosley, Marion Jones, like all these people, like you said, champions, and then this guy gets caught and he's in a scandal. He shouldn't be allowed in any sport. So I'm not really gonna, I know fighters work hard and stuff, and I don't think they are intentionally, going out there to try to harm people, but to take enhancements to win you're not gonna, like you said, you're not gonna get the credit. But that man should not be allowed in any sport at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how boxing doesn't, regulate better and, get this guy the sport. Like, there needs oversight in boxing where it's like they can make some type of decisions, like, instead of just letting these guys run wild. There's too much corruption. And as far as the talent, see, when you taking stuff like that too, it doesn't automatically make sure you're gonna win. It's just when you take stuff like that, like you said, it enhances you. So if you're already good and already great, like Terence Crawford is a great fighter, Bam is a great fighter, Shane was a great fighter. All these guys are great fighters. But when you giving them something to enhance it, or whatever the program is, and it says it on the website, and you read his products, he has different products for, all kind of scenarios, and a lot of it is dealing with stamina. Of course they're going to be better. So it's like Barry Bonds. He was a great player before Marion Jones. They were great athletes in their sport before they even started messing with this guy. So whenever you mess with somebody, you're already great. It's going to make you greater. So it's an unfair advantage to the people that are working hard and staying clean. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know if it's like, even if it's legal, you can give people legal stuff like GNC sells all kind of products, and it's not FDA approved, but they call it food. It's not really drugs. They call it food. So they can get away with that, but it's legal. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that stuff is banned in certain sports, but it's a majority of that stuff is legal. So it's like, we don't know what he's doing with these people, but it's like, just my thing is he shouldn't be allowed in any sport. Like, I'm not going to bash the fighters per se, but I just feel like for boxing to allow that man in the sport is a disrespect to the sport, to the other legends that came up that were clean and, fought hard rounds. Like, guys fought 15 round fights, stuff like that. Like, that's a disrespect to those guys, man. Like Ali, Frazier, and all them, Hagler, Leonard, these guys, Hearns, they fought 15 round fights. And most of those guys is probably natural. You know what I'm saying? So if they can do it, our athletes can do it today. So I don't feel like it's a need for that man to be in the sport just because, like you said, like the cloud of suspicion that's over him, man. It's crazy. But I got to go back to work, man. Somebody timed me out on here. I don't know why, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to get emotional with people, man. You know, I just try to speak my point. None of this is personal, you know, but I just feel like that man should not be in any sport at all, ever. If you can't, I'll say this and I'll leave. If a guy gets caught with any kind of computer charge, they're not gonna never let him work in the bank again. He's not gonna work with computers. He's gonna go to the feds, and he's gonna come out, and they're not gonna never let him work around no computers or work on any type of bank. You know what I'm saying? And so how is this man allowed? He's banned from boxing. You got Pete Rose banned from baseball for betting. And this man is administering dudes with shots and giving these guys 30, 40 extra pounds. These guys is hitting home runs out the park. Barry Bonds is hitting home runs in the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you got these guys, they can't get in the Hall of Fame. So how is this guy allowed to weasel his way into a whole nother sport? You know, boxing ought to be ashamed of itself, man. These sanctioning bodies for allowing, and the promoters and whoever's like allowing him to work with these fighters, man. But let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys, man, and hopefully I can get back on this panel again. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Anytime, you know, you more than welcome to get on a panel anytime. Salute to you as well, Many Face Publishing. Thank you for always supporting the channel. You know, you can come up here anytime, bro, and enjoy the rest of your shift at work, my man.
All right, thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. Have a good one, y'all.
Could I say something real quick? Because I gotta get up out of here with the missus. I just wanted to land the plane just real fast, just to give a little pushback on a lot of what's being said when you're talking about body changing and this other stuff. Basically,
hold on for a minute. Hey, Brooklyn, hold on for a minute.
Go ahead.
Hold on one second. Tony's reviews was in the background. I wanted to make sure Many Face Publishing get his piece off, because I don't want to have 5, 6, 7 people on here, because a lot of times when you have too many people on the panel, the audience, they get lost in translation. So I was only trying to limit it to 3 until it gets bigger. Tony's reviews, come on back up here. Come on back in the background, Tony's reviews. But we already know what the stipulation is. When you come in the background, you have to turn your camera on so I can make sure that you are not trolling and that you really are coming up here to have basically a healthy discussion without being disruptive. So Tony's reviews, come on back, turn your camera on in the background. Once you turn your camera on, I'm gonna let you on. If you want to turn your camera off after I add you to the stream, you're more than welcome. The reason why I'm talking with this much energy, because there's somebody else in the chat saying that Tony Reviews was in the back, and I'm ducking him or her, and I'm scared to let them on. I ain't never ducked nobody. So what I'm saying is, and it don't matter if we agree or disagree, we talking boxing. Come on up, Tony Reviews, come on back in the background, turn your camera on. I'm gonna let you up here. I don't even know who Tony Reviews is, but you're more than welcome, you know, to come on back up here. Brooklyn is all yours, my brother.
Basically, this is what I wanted to say. You have fighters, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones. All of them came up from a much lighter weight, put on a lot of muscle mass between Evander Holyfield and Roy Jones. Moved up, put on a lot of body weight and things like that. Their body went through a transformation to become heavyweight, right? When you look at a young fighter and you watch him from, let's say, 20 years old, right? And then the fighter is now 24 years old, you're going to see a body transformation. You're going to see one more body transformation when he gets to 28, 29, 30. That's going into your grown man strength, AKA prime. So to say something where you used a track star who came from 147 to whatever to put on 28 pounds of muscle mass, and it said it was incredible because that's done in a short period of time. it all depends on the fighter's anatomy and also the fighter's metabolism.
Well, Victor Conti said that. I didn't get
No,
all of the metabolism.
I was just saying when you repeated that and you played that clip, that's what I mean by you said. So basically,
Yeah, but you said I said it. Victor Conti.
No, I'm saying. Let me just clarify it again. I'm saying you said it in the context of you played it. It was just a Freudian slip or whatever.
So do you think that Terrence Crawford, because you brought him up, do you think that Terrence Crawford performance was enhanced on the SNAC program?
No, not at all. Because I've been watching Terrence Crawford for years, and it's always been this guy is special. When I look at him,
all right, I got you. So let me ask you a question, Brooklyn. All right, you don't think his performance was enhanced? No problem. So let me ask you this question. Then what did Terrence Crawford go over there for, to the SNAC program? Why he go over there?
Well, just like I answered you before, when he went over there, Victor Conti got in contact with him to help build his brand.
Well, we already know that's not true no more, so you can't use that no more.
How is that not true?
Because I'm glad you asked that. Terrence Crawford himself. See, you came up here that first time a couple of weeks ago, and you said that Terrence Crawford got a phone call from Victor Conti just to promote the brand.
I said he might have.
Right, but Terrence Crawford himself came out and he said himself, I didn't say it. Terrence Crawford came out and said, he said, I use certain things on the SNAC program that other fighters don't use. There's different programs that different fighters use when it comes to the SNAC program. So when you say you use certain things, that's not talking about him, Victor Conti, giving you a t-shirt and some supplements saying promote the brand. That's you taking the supplements and everything else you're doing over there with him. He's a part of the SNAC program, brother. It's okay. I mean,
no, that makes about as much sense as saying, all right, I go into the Nike store on House.
See, you going back in Nike again. Terrence Crawford.
I'm giving you an example. Just because there's a room full of products doesn't mean I have to use every one of the products. I can see a product that I'm familiar with. I can use that product. I could use that product, this product, and this product, and the rest of them shits I don't give a fuck about. Excuse my language.
Is he taking the products from Victor Conti? Yes or no?
Yes.
Huh?
But I said yes, but I'm struggling to understand the point that you're trying to make, that he doesn't use all the products.
He's taking because you said, thank you for being honest. So he's taking the supplements from Victor Conti. Great. So now that we both agree, finally, that he's taking the supplements from Victor Conti, it's enhancing his performance.
But you're taking away from the fact of how much he's in the gym. You're taking away.
No. You got to go. Listen, you can't take no. Listen, I'm sick as a dog today, right? I was in bed all day today. If I take SNAC, that's not going to make me jump up and give me everything that I need to go to the gym. I'm sick as a dog. Go in the gym, spar for 6 rounds with 2 different fighters at 4 minutes apiece. You still have to work out. You still have to have skills. You still have to do all the stuff that you've been doing. But when you take the SNAC program, it's going to enhance your performance, give you recovery. You see how Devin Haney, he's got recovery inside that ring. You see how he never gets tired. The SNAC program works. Hey, Bud Crawford didn't even sweat like that.
He got tired during the Lomachenko fight. Did you watch that fight?
When I seen that 12th round in that Lomachenko fight, he looked like he was in the 6th round.
Win. Like you're making a claim that an athlete doesn't get a second win.
Man,
no.
Look, at the end of the day, this man produces supplements that are different, and he knows they're illegal. If they weren't illegal, he wouldn't associate himself so closely with VADA. When he associates himself closely with VADA, he's trying to make sure for a fact that certain things will not be identified that he uses. Anybody can use supplements, but you know what I'm saying? When you associate yourself with a company that is there to identify certain things that will be identified as illegal, hey, you're trying to get a head start. You're trying to be ahead of certain things. And I'm not saying Terrence Crawford isn't a great fighter. What I'm saying is there is an object that a lot of
Well, look, Marty, I got to run out with the missus. If you're still on when I get back, I'll hop back on the panel. I'll give your boy room. It was a great conversation. I love having this debate with you because you make good points. I hope what I'm trying to say is making good points to people in the audience and everything, and they're just having a good perspective on both sides. I don't believe that Terrence Crawford's success, is based on the SNAC program. You make a great point of exposing Victor Conte, what happened to him 20 years ago in this documentary on how he helped Marion John, Barry Bond, Marion John's husband, who was also on it. But at the end of the day, if you were alive and watching what was going on, Marion John was trying to break FloJo's record. She went about it the wrong way by thinking, the performance enhancement stuff was going to help her. So at the end of the day,
why should he go about it the wrong way? Terrence Crawford got on the SNAC program and he broke the world record over there too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Terrence Crawford broke records prior to that. He had a flawless career prior to getting on SNAC. So
what did he go over there for then? Can you tell us that before you leave? What did he go over there for then?
Like I said, it's to help Victor Conte build a brand. If I have a brand that I want to launch, I'm going to get some of the biggest names in that space.
No, but you agree with me that Terrence Crawford, you agree with me just now that Terrence
Crawford does use some of the products. Yeah, I agree with you that Terrence Crawford uses some of the products. I'm not disputing that. And that's the reason why I got him. That's the reason why Victor Conte got him, because I use some of these products and everything. For other young fighters that might want to get on the program, cool, y'all could get on the program. You see, for me, when I train and yada yada yada, it does have an effect on me, but it's not the sole reason why I won. My skill came first.
How much? So you telling me that basically Terrence Crawford owns stock in SNAC?
No, I'm not saying that. Not by any metrics.
So if he's using the supplements and the supplements that he's using is enhancing his performance, you can't say that is, huh?
I never said it enhances his performance.
You don't have to say it. His performance in the ring shows you that.
But if you were that guy before you did it and you're still showing that you're that guy, I fail to see the connection to where you're trying to say this thing now enhanced my performance because it allowed me to beat this guy or knock that guy out. The two don't match when you look at the body of this fighter's work.
He shouldn't have went over there. If he already broke records before, if he was already undefeated, he was already TKOing fighters, even though they were on different level of competition and opposition. If he was doing all of these good things, which we know he was, he wouldn't have went over there. And if he wouldn't have went over there, just like the rest of them, Victor Conte wouldn't be in boxing no more. He'd be probably figuring out a way to get in soccer because there's not another sport that's going to allow him to come in there. Listen, Victor Conte is only making money because people see the results of what his product and what his program does. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't be in business if nobody come over there. They all got to come over there and it's okay. All I'm saying is it's not a problem, but you got to stand on what you do because all of y'all come over here and start criticizing me all because people ask me questions about SNAC. And then when I talk about it, I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? The man went over there. Devin Haney's performance is being enhanced. So is Terrence Crawford. You've seen Bam Rodriguez. Lord have mercy. All of these, look, Franchise Cruz, once again, you see how she beat Shadeja Green. The SNAC program works, Brooklyn. I know you keep trying wiggle it out, but it works. The products, whatever they doing over there, People can say it's legal. Another group of audience can say it's illegal. I don't have proof. All I know is that this program works. These people that's with the SNAC program, their performances are enhanced. The SNAC program works, Brooklyn, and even you know that.
What I'm trying to say is yes, it works. And I'm not saying it works using the context that you're saying it works.
All right, so what you mean by it? What you mean by it? What you mean by it? If you say,
using ice bath as opposed to that little cryo chamber, that works. That helps in recovery. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm
talking about the product. I ain't talking about the mask. The products that you said that he's taking.
I'm talking the same thing. I'm talking the same thing, but just using a different example. Back in the day, a fighter or whatever would hop in an ice bath to chill down the muscle so they have recovery. Now they use a cryo chamber. Yes.
What else they use? What else they use for recovery?
They use drinks with electrolytes. They use saunas. They use a multitude of different things.
Let me tell you one thing they use, Brooklyn, for recovery. SNAC has a product for recovery. It's a supplement. Did you know that?
No, because I don't look at the SNAC products like that, because it doesn't. Gatorade helps you recover. So to me, it's
no. Well, Terrence Crawford don't have Gatorade on his trunks. We talk about the SNAC program. The SNAC program has supplements that help you recover.
Okay, so they have a supplement that helps you recover. What's the problem?
And the problem is you're not trying to admit that your favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford, is on the SNAC program.
I'm not. I did not admit it. I admitted he's on the SNAC program.
Is his performance being enhanced?
On right there. Why would I not believe my eyes?
Is his performance being enhanced, Brooklyn?
No.
So did you know what? Then that means that Terrence Crawford needs to, let me show you this again. Terrence Crawford needs to file a lawsuit against Victor Conti and SNAC, because in their advertisement that you see on your screen, it says that it helps you improve your level of fitness, help you lose fat, build muscle, and enhance your performance. So if it's not enhancing Terrence Crawford's performance, then he needs to, first of all, distance himself from Victor Conti and the SNAC program, and he also needs to sue for false advertisement.
Okay,
wouldn't you agree?
Let me ask you this question.
No. Wouldn't you agree first? And I promise you,
no, I would not agree. No. Let me ask you this question. What other fighter that's on SNAC right now has a photo or is in some sort of publication type advertising with the SNAC t-shirt, sweaty or whatever, working out? Terrence Crawford right now is one of the biggest figures in boxing right now. So if you're in that space, you're going to recognize Terrence Bud Crawford as that guy. And if he's on SNAC and you're a younger fighter, you're going to look at that same thing and say, you know what? Cool. I may want to try SNAC because I see Bud. I see whatever's going on with Bud, not taken away from his talent, but, I want to use the same program that Bud uses. At the same time, that's the same thing I'm saying when it comes down to Floyd Mayweather moving multiple divisions, Manny Pacquiao moving multiple divisions.
Manny Pacquiao don't count. Victor Conti said that Manny Pacquiao was on steroids.
Okay, so let's move Manny Pacquiao out. Let's go with Roy, with another fighter is like
none of them was on the SNAC program, bro. What it is you're a fan of Crawford and you don't want to admit that what he's doing with Victor is helping him out. Just say it works, bro. It's okay.
I said it works. I said it works. Whatever he's taking works for him, but it doesn't. Right. It doesn't make him fight better or hit harder.
I don't know what it makes him do. I'm not on the program.
Okay, so if we don't know what it makes him do, then we can't be pushing out a certain level of suspicion to try to detract.
Yes, we can. Listen, the only reason the suspicion is there, let me be clear, and my guy Knockout Boxing is here on the panel.
Salute, Knockout.
The only reason why there's a level of suspicion with people in the chat, people that watch this channel, is because of Victor Conti And all of the things that we know about him, well, some people don't know too much about him, but the things we all know about him, the level of suspicion is there. And not only that, there were several fighters that tested positive on the SNAC program at
Yeah,
one
but
point in time.
what they tested positive for had
A
no
banned substance.
direct, but that had no correlation to Victor Conte or the
What?
SNAC program.
What you talking about, man?
Okay. When Conor Ben got caught, was there something that can point the finger that said, "All right, you were busted for PEDs. We know you dealt with the SNAC program. So this and this, we're gonna bring Victor Conte in to question him. Did he give you some sort of performance enhancing cocktail to that was so weak that you still got busted?"
I don't know if Conor Ben was on the SNAC program. I wasn't talking about him. I was actually talking about Adrien Broner and Willie Monroe Jr. That's who I was talking about.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about him. Yeah. So all I'm saying is when we talk about this topic that everybody what it is people keep bringing this topic up to me, and then when I talk about it,
because you're the promoter of it. But I respect you. I said you're the biggest mouthpiece of it.
No, I'm not. Terrence Crawford's a way bigger. Man, I got a small YouTube channel. Don't be trying to give me all this credit, bro. What are you talking about? The fighters are the biggest promoters of it, not me. I get your point, though. Knockout boxing, double salute to my guy. What's going on, KO? What's up, man?
I'm chilling, man. Enjoying the conversation that y'all boys having, man. What's up with it? What's up, AC? I think that's the homie AC.
Yeah. It is. It is. What up, bro?
Yeah. What's good? I like the conversation y'all having. I just think if we all just because I think I'm talking to pretty level-headed, logical, common sense people. At the end of the day, why do smaller fighters go to Robert Garcia? Because he's really good at training smaller fighters, and he's got a good knack for it. So he has a lot of fighters that come to him because they know he know what he's doing. They know that he's good at it. Why do guys go to Bomac? Why do guys go to Derrick James? They go to these guys because they're good at what they do. People are going to Victor Conte and they're using SNAC because it's working. Like it fucking works, bro. Like at the end of the day, he literally tell you in his mission statement that, hey, my shit is to make sure that you can gain muscle, make sure that you can cut weight, make sure that you know what I'm saying, that it's going to enhance your performance. That's what his shit is about, bro. And it worked like a charm. I mean, Jesse Ben Rodriguez is one of my favorite fighters, bro. San Antonio, Texas, stand up out there, big. Like I fuck with Jesse Ben Rodriguez heavy. He was a junior lightweight the night of the fight against Sonny Edwards, bro. He weighed in at 130 pounds the night of the fight. Devin Haney, I think, is a very good fighter, bro. I think that he's a very good fighter. I like what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing. Weighed in at 140. The night of the fight, he was a super middleweight, bro. Weighed 165 pounds against Regis Prograis, bro. His shit worked. And it is what it is, bro. Like just like people go to trainers for an advantage, people use nutrition as an advantage. People use supplements as an advantage. And I ain't saying it's cheating because if you ain't got caught, I ain't gonna put that jacket on you or nothing like that. But we can acknowledge that it helps you. And honestly, for me, if I'm competitive and I see it's helping people that much, shit, might need to make that call and see what they can have that might work for you. So that's the way I look at it. Shit, like we on this string yard, I can tell. But if Manager Marty gets some sort of platform where it's way easier, it don't buffer, my stuff don't go in and out, I'll be like, man, what are you using over there, bro? Shit, let me get that too. I need to enhance my channel too. Let me make sure my shit is straight too, bro. Like it's like people don't want to acknowledge that that's what it's for, bro. It's made to make you better. And at the end of the day, I don't know why people get so sensitive and people get so soft. If you went to prison for performance enhancing drugs and you were part of one of the biggest steroid scandals in American sports histories and you Victor Conte, of course people gonna be looking at your products with a side eye, bro. We're gonna be looking at you with a side eye, bro. Like Victor Conte, you was so good, bro. Y'all know Barry Bonds never tested positive for nothing, bro. But you can look at Barry Bonds and be like, say, dog, what say? You was fast, you was running around here about 215. Hitting about 30, 40 home runs, bro. How you just wake up one off season, you 250 pounds of solid muscle, and now you hitting goddamn baseball into the river, bro. Like it just is what it is, bro. Like when you attach yourself to criminals, people gonna look at you like, okay, are you doing some criminal shit too? That's why I was always taught by my parents, watch who you surround yourself with. Just because you may not be doing it, people may look at you because they doing it too. That's why you have to be very careful who you put yourself around. So that's why people look at people like that. But like, okay, you over there fucking with Victor Conte, you know his reputation, you know what he did. What y'all doing over there? So it is what it is, but I ain't tripping. I ain't putting no jacket on nobody. You make weight, you get it popping. That's what I believe in. But I'm just tired, Manager Martin. I'll end it with this. I'm tired of we can acknowledge very quickly when a smaller man like Floyd Mayweather was like, okay, I might need to fight you at a catch weight. Canelo, you said catch weight. I'm gonna use this shit on the A side because I ain't letting you have no advantages against me. Like, we'll acknowledge that and say, oh, he looking for an advantage. Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, and then the fiasco that we seeing with Tank Davis and Devin Haney right now. Like, oh, we all Tank, you looking for an advantage. You want to put a catch weight on them. You want to put a rehydration on them. You want to do this. You want to do that. Okay, let's acknowledge that. That's true. The smaller man is looking for an advantage to try to make sure that the bigger man don't outweigh him by 20, 25 pounds the night of the fight. 100% facts. I agree with that. But can we also acknowledge the other side that bigger men are using things like SNAC to be able to skip multiple weight? If you Jesse Bam Rodriguez, one of my favorite fighters, JD is on here. He'll tell you when he get to talking. I love me some Bam, bro. Love me some Jesse Bam Rodriguez. But bro, I just watched Jesse Bam Rodriguez skip featherweight, skip junior featherweight, skip bantamweight, skip super flyweight, and cut all the way down to flyweight, bro. He skipped the 126 weight class, 122 weight class, 118, 115, and cut all the way down to 112, and then was back at 130 by the time the night of the fight was there, bro. He's like, his big ass was looking for an advantage over Sonny Edwards too, is my point. so just like small dudes look for advantages with catch weights and rehydration clauses, big dudes use weight cutting and supplements and things to their advantage to skip weight classes so that they can have an advantage and fight a motherfucker 20 pounds shorter or lighter than them the night of the fight. That's what we just need to acknowledge, bro. Just call it like it is, and won't nobody have no problems. That's really all I got on the snack shit. I came up here because I saw the Wilder and Joshua and the Haney pay-per-views in the title. That's what I'll talk again when we get on there. But that's my thoughts on the snack shit.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And we definitely going to talk about the Wilder card and obviously what Bob Arum said about Devin Haney's pay-per-view. Bob, we're going to get into that. Before we do that, we got my man Pharaoh up here and JD. Pharaoh, you are a member of the channel, so we got to let you go first. I just on the strength for that, even though JD came before you. But Pharaoh, I'm going to give you the platform first, and then after Pharaoh, JD, it's on you. What's going on, Pharaoh?
Good, Manager Marty. I just want to touch on something. I seen where Andre Berto is being mentioned, and how ironic that he with SNAC. Correct me if I'm wrong, Manager Marty. Hasn't he been busted for steroids before? And in fact, did he not tear his bicep in one of the Victor Ortiz fights?
I know that he tore his bicep. I'm not sure if it was inside of the Ortiz fight, but I know the second Ortiz fight was called off because Andre Berto tested positive for a banned substance, and he was in the SNAC program at the time that happened. So
Okay.
you're absolutely correct on that, and he's one of the fighters I was referring to a little bit earlier when I said, he tested positive for a banned substance while he was on the SNAC program.
Mm-hmm. All right. I just wanted to get that out the way. You can let the brother JD go whenever you're ready.
All right, you got it, JD. Thank you for
Thanks
joining
for
us. I
having me.
think always a pleasure, Pharaoh. I'm not sure if this is your first time on, but we appreciate having you, JD. What's going on with you, my brother?
Yo, what's going on, Marty? You can hear me? Y'all can
Yes,
hear me
sir.
good?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up, Manager Marty? I've been on a couple times on your panel, on your platform. Uh, Back when KO was doing the debates and everything, I met you up there. You started your
Okay.
channel. I've been following you now since you started your channel and all that.
Salute to you.
But yeah, salute to you, Double M.
Appreciate you.
Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to my brother KO. Like he said, he is a Bam Rodriguez fanatical, bro. But the one thing we can't put to the wayside is that Bam was a super featherweight, bro. Come fight night. That man fight at what, 112? Devin Haney was a super middleweight at 140. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant had obscene power all of a sudden. You know? Terrence Crawford came in at a career high of 165 pounds when he fought Arum. People don't talk about that. We talk about the things that the SNAC program does and that it works, but we don't talk about what we see from it. Also, we don't talk about the people that are associated with this, right? Victor Conti. This man has, I'm not gonna curse, but this man has a documentary on him and what he has done in the past, how he has benefited athletes in the past, not fighters, athletes. Okay, it's not just boxers. Okay, it's not just baseball players. It's multiple types of athletes that this man has been reprimanded by the law for utilizing whether it's a banned substance that they didn't get caught for or some type of method that would ultimately lead to a banned substance. I mean, what are we doing? Playing semantics? You know, apples and oranges? I get it works, but you know, I'm a straight shooter. I'm from CT. I'm a straight shooter. You know, I don't have time for BS. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Victor Conti is not the guy that Terrence Crawford wants to be around, right? But also, too, you look at the type of fighters that are on these programs. I know two of them offhand, based on their actions, they seem like snakes to me. So I wouldn't put it past them doing something or working with something that might benefit them in an incognitive way where it looks as if it's just a supplement. I'm just spitballing here, of course, but I ain't the smartest brother in the world. If it looked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, 9 times out of 10 it's a duck, right? Again,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
say again, Double M, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but I know what the color red looks like. I'm gonna say it one more time, Double M. I'm not the smartest brother in the world, right? But I know if it looks like a Kodak bear and they tell me I need to stay away from a Kodak bear because I'm more susceptible to be attacked by them than a brown bear. If I see that bear, do you think I'm gonna go into the fire with that bear? I'm gonna run for my life. You know, it's a clear choice. That's another thing that we have to consider too. It's a choice for these fighters to be associated with somebody that's associated with what we think he's associated, or what I think. Let me say what I think he's associated with. You know, and the more I pay attention to certain things, I don't want to put a hat on nobody, but it works, bro. The SNAC
yeah.
program.
You better believe it. Hey, JD, let me say
Yes,
something
sir.
that you alluded to. Good points that you brought up. Knockout Boxing alluded to it when he talked about Bam Rodriguez. I'm listen, y'all. We have new viewers here. Aaron Muhammad, hold on, Aaron. I got you, my brother. You know I got you. I'm gonna acknowledge your super chat. I just want to say this for the new viewers that's coming in because they just jumped in and they don't know what the foundation of us talking about SNAC
No
is
doubt, no
for.
doubt.
So I wanted to tell the people this, right? Those of you that just joined in. The reason why we're talking about SNAC, well, one of the reasons why is because people, you know, anytime somebody lose or win in SNAC, you know, people email me or they be in my comment section or whatever, and they keep bringing it up. So it gives me the opportunity to open up, you know, my platform to basically respond if I think it's necessary. I've been sick all day. I've been in the bed. I've been sick all week, really, but I've been in the bed all day. I played the Netflix documentary for like the 12th time, and that was the Hall of Shame Netflix documentary, Victor Conti story. If y'all haven't seen it, I recommend go on there, check that out. You'll learn a lot of why we're saying some of the things that we're saying. Today, though, because it wasn't like I was moving around, I was literally intently listening today because, sometimes you got to watch stuff more than once to be able to make sure you don't miss anything. But today I learned a few things today that to me was parallel between what Victor Conti said in the Netflix documentary, which was obviously a background of his life and his history with performance enhancement drugs and illegal steroid manufacturing and administering 20 years ago. I'm starting to see certain patterns and similarities with our fighters today since Victor Conti's SNAC program is in boxing. One of the things was he used the word transformation, talking about how he helped athletes transform their body, right? With muscle mass. And then he also talked about, with Tim Montgomery, Project World Record, and how he was interested in only working with athletes that's able to break world records. Barry Bonds is one, Marion Jones, Tim Montgomery, and some of the other athletes that Victor Conti worked with and basically provided them with performance enhancement drugs. I start to see some of those similarities with our fighters. With Terrence Crawford, he broke a world record, right? SNAC program. Devin Haney broke world record in boxing, SNAC program. Franchon Cruz, she beat Shadeja Green, undefeated prospect, SNAC program. We see they say Clarissa Shields was also on
Oh,
SNAC.
excuse me, Marty. I just wanted to ask you. You said Franchon Cruz is on the SNAP program too?
Oh, yes, she is. She's on the SNAC program. Her last 3 or
Wow.
4 fights, she's been on the SNAC program. Yeah. So
Wow.
I don't know if
Okay.
Clarissa Shields was on it at one point in time. I think she was, but I don't have proof for that, so I don't want to speak on it because I don't have evidence of it. But she also broke a world record in boxing. So we see the pattern of Victor Conti having the fighters now wanting to break world records in boxing and also transform their bodies by adding muscle mass, to move up. Like we're hearing now, Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, right before the fight with Regis, he's in the interview talking about Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios at 147. Okay? Now, of course, he's still talking about fighting them. And my thing is, what's giving these people so much confidence to be able to jump up from 130 all the way up to this weight class? You know what I mean? Then you got Terrence Crawford, SNAC program, giving him the confidence to say, hey, I can jump up from 147, skip 154, skip 160, and go right up to fight Canelo in my next fight at 168. And back to my point about JD and knockout boxing, they both made a reference to Ben Rodriguez being smaller, then coming up and going back down. I want to tell you, this is another similarity now. This is another similarity from what we saw in the Netflix documentary of something that happened over 20-something years ago with Victor Conti that's happening today in boxing. And I'm going to play it for y'all again for the new audience. Listen to what JD and Knockout Boxing said about Ben Rodriguez and listen to how Victor, you know what, I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
We knew from then there was no stopping.
The transformation was incredible.
Starting Project World Record, I weighed 148 pounds.
We bumped him up to 176. We put like 28 pounds of muscle on him in a short period of time. Greg Anderson was coming to Balco to help Tim Montgomery with all the weight training. And in 8 weeks, his bench press went from 265 to 345, 10 pounds a week increase. He looked like an NFL linebacker, and previously they called him Tiny Tim.
It was incredible. I felt like Conan the Barbarian. Me and Victor. We was together all day, ate breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together, party together. It became like we're a team. my habits change. I had a plan how much to take, when to take them, and what to take with it.
You know, he became kind of muscle bound, and you could see he was running like this because his lats were so big. Then we cut him back to about 160.
You heard that? Victor Conte and Tim Montgomery both agreed. That's why they called him Tiny Tim. When he started with the Project World Record with Victor Conte, he was 148 pounds. Victor Conte, y'all just heard him say, they added 28 pounds of muscle to him in a short period of time. Y'all heard what he said. He talked about him bench pressing 200 and something, and within a matter of what, 10 days or something like that, he bench pressed almost 350. And because they added too much muscle mass to him when he's competing after breaking a record, what did Victor Conte just say? We had to bring him back down to 160. So I got a question because of the expert, and I'm going to get to the super chat. If Victor Conte, the expert, has a program, the SNAC program, that helps people build muscle mass in a short period of time, and also has that same program that will make you reduce the muscle mass to bring you back down in weight, I got a question on that. How come Devin Haney keeps saying he can't make the weight of 135?
I wonder why.
How come Terrence Crawford keeps saying he can't make the weight of 147? They both on the SNAC program, right? Oh, okay. Right. See, when people have a favorite fighter and I speak on this, sometimes they want to run out the back door, or sometimes they want to insult me. These are things that came to my mind today while I laid in bed. I thought about this today. That's why we're talking about this again today. I thought about that. Like, hold on for a minute. Devin Haney's on the SNAC program. Terrence Crawford is on the SNAC program. Terrence Crawford, after the Spence fight, said it was hard for him to make the 147-pound weight, but guess what? He's ready to go up to 168 to fight Canelo. After the Lomachenko fight, post-fight press conference, Devin Haney saying he just can't make 135 no more. So they moved up to 140, but now his dad said way before they even fought at 140 against Regis that they're ready to shoot all the way up to 47. But Victor Conte's telling you that not only does his program help you add muscle mass in a short period of time, you know, where you can gain a lot of weight in a short period of time, we can also cut you down as well. I'm a little bit confused on that. Let me get this super chat, and I'm going to go to 2 Cents Boxing. Double salute to my guy, Aaron H. Muhammad. Day one supporter. Thank you for your support and your contribution to the channel. Aaron Muhammad says, Manager Marty, in competitive sports, in order to get to and remain on the elite level, the question is, what are you willing to risk to stay there? That's a very good question. And I think all the athletes here in boxing, at least, definitely ask themselves that question. Tim Montgomery asked himself that question. What was he willing to risk? And in that documentary, Tim Montgomery said himself that as long as he got the satisfaction and the feeling of being a winner, even if he had to shake hands with the devil, he's willing to do it. That's what he was willing to risk. And of course, he did choose that risk. And of course, the consequences came down on Tim Montgomery as well. 2 Cents Boxing, you heard what I broke down just now about the Netflix documentary, something that I got an epiphany of today with Victor Conte. His program helped Tim Montgomery add 28 pounds of muscle in a short period of time. Had Tim Montgomery at 176 pounds coming from 148 pounds. Because the muscle mass was so heavy, Victor Conte said that he brought him all the way back down to 160 with no problem. We see Terrence Crawford and Devin Haney both saying they can't make the weight. But they're both willing to go up another weight class on the SNAC program. What's your take on all this, 2 cents?
Well, I thought
Salute 2 Cents Boxing.
what up, JD?
Salute to
What's
you.
going on? What's going on? When Knockout came up here, he said something very interesting, and it made me think. He said they went to Victor Conte because of what he was good at. So, what exactly is Victor Conte good at? Because you can't show me an athlete that broke these records with Victor that wasn't accused of doing something illegal. See, it would be different if Victor had athletes doing these extraordinary things, but they weren't accused of doing anything illegal. But they all were the Marion Jones, the Barry Bonds, the Tim Montgomerys, all of these record-breaking athletes and these amazing feats. They were accused of doing something illegal. If somebody can point me in the direction of an athlete that worked with Victor that broke a record and didn't get accused or didn't get caught doing something illegal, then it would be, the argument would be a little bit different. So to say that these athletes are going to Victor because of what he's good at, Victor has never been his supplement. It's never been his supplements. Nobody has ever performed and broke records and did these amazing feats because of his legal supplements. So when you say they're going to Victor because of what he's good at, what is that exactly? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. What is it that Victor is so great and so good at that he's allowing these people to do these amazing feats? And if he could do these things with these athletes without it being some products or using things that are illegal, why did he never do it? And why now all of a sudden that he's involved in the quote unquote red light district of sports, he wants to do things the legal way? To me, just to give my 2 cents, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to go to the red light district and then do things legally.
Well, that's a very good point. And we know what Victor Conte is really good at. And that's cheating. I mean, I don't want to, say it like, the guy didn't change his life around, because even if he did change his life around, that level and cloud of suspicion still follows Victor Conte and anyone else that decides in their heart to go over there with Victor Conte. That's part of the consequence, and you guys stand on it. The thing about it is that 2 Cents Boxing said, and I'm trying to find it in the Netflix documentary here, so y'all can hear why 2 Cents Boxing said what she said about the supplements. Tim Montgomery himself said that it wasn't the supplements that they were taking, they meaning the athletes over there, including himself, with Victor Conte, that made them break records, that made them perform at a very high level, that enhanced their performance. It was the marketing tool that was used with them wearing the SNAC shirts, the ZMA logos on their clothing and apparel, because obviously that was a way for the public to get the impression, the public, the general public, to get the impression that if they went into a GMC store or purchased the ZMA or SNAC products online, that they will perform at a high level like the athletes that was with Victor Conte back then. When in all actuality, Tim Montgomery said that it wasn't none of the supplements. It was none of the supplements. It was the HGH, the EPO, the Clear, the Cream, and all the other substances that they were taking that was illegal. So if we ask the question of what did Victor Conte do, that was very well, that made people successful, it was cheating. I mean, that's a fact. That's not an opinion. Let me get this super chat. I'm going to let JD speak before he roll, and I got my guy Aaron H. Muhammad up here. Double salute to my guy Joseph that was just up here on the panel. Joseph Swab says, got a dip like a chip. I appreciate all of y'all. I just want boxing to be cleaner than holy water. Double salute to you again, Joe. And I agree with you. boxing should be cleaner than holy water, but unfortunately, it's not. And the reason why it's not is because there are people who do have a history of, cheating and using performance enhancement drugs with athletes in the past, such as Victor Conti and such as Memo Heredia. There is no bar to entry when it comes to quote unquote being a nutritionist or a strength and conditioning coach. I'm the one that told everybody months ago that you don't need a boxing license issued by any athletic commission in this country that will say, hey, this is my credential to be a strength and conditioning coach or a nutritionist. So there are no bar to entries, unfortunately. JD, you still with us?
Of course. I ain't gonna. Hello.
It's on you, it's on you, JD.
Oh, you can hear me good, right?
Yeah, you straight.
Yeah. So listen, before I go, I want to touch on something. Salute to 2 Cents. I love listening to her, Key and Upper Cook. I love listening to y'all chop it up, man. Salute Aaron Muhammad. I got mad love for you. Salute for you, Double M. I got mad love for you. I hope you feel better. Um, One thing I do want to say is we got to put things in perspective, right? Not only is this man Victor Conti an alchemist, but wouldn't you say he's a monopolist as well? Because doesn't he own VADA? So then also he's a strength and conditioning coach, right? So what I see is all roads lead to him when it comes to diverse things like this. But what I also see is based on his previous history with these types of ordeals, all darkness that's done in the dark is going to come to the light. And Victor Conti is going to be the one to shed some light. So, one thing's for sure, and two things is for damn sure. The SNAC program works. It works. But what about it works? Is it the weight gaining? Is it the performance? Is it the increased stamina? Is it the packing muscle? What about it makes it work? But what about it is not being detected? But also, too, why are these tests not being run? And again, before I go, all roads lead to Victor Conti. That's my take. Much love to y'all. I'll see you again. Double M. Be safe.
Aaron H. Muhammad, are you with us?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Manager Marty?
I'm doing okay. I could be doing better.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Appreciate you coming up, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. Salute to 2 Cents. Salute to my man that just stepped down. Um, this is what I wanted to say. I'm gonna be very brief about it. And you kind of alluded to this when you mentioned you watched the documentary again, and also 2 Cents said something along with KO. Sometimes it's not what a person says; it's what they don't say. Now, I know recently, Bud Crawford had mentioned that the snack program that he's on is not the same as the snack program some other fighters might be on. So I listened to that and I thought about it. Then I think it was last week you read again the statement in Victor Conti's, I think it's in his mission statement, where it describes the snack program and it describes what it does. But what stuck out to me, and we've all said this more than one time, it's the word undetectable. And in the sentence that it's in, that one word modifies the whole subject. This kind of an English lesson. That word, undetectable, and then if you could do two things after that word, now that it's taken onus off the subject, now you could add another word, or even say you could add the word in the same sentence illegal or legal. If it's undetectable and it's legal, then there's still a burden of the person being, first of all, tested and then found to have something illegal. If it's legal, but it meets the criterion of the language that it's undetectable. You see what I'm saying? It's what Victor was able to do was basically create a trap door, so that if a fighter does look suspicious, it makes it almost impossible for them to really be scrutinized, because the man was smart enough to create a trap door. So not only did he do something chemically to give an enhancement and a competitive edge, he almost made himself bulletproof. I hate to use that word, but you understand what I'm saying. He made it where all the suspicion in the world, right? There's still the burden of it being proven. So, and I'm saying all this to say the people that kind of make mockery or make fun of those of us who are suspicious, they might want to consider that, because if your fighter or the fighter that you back or you support, and I'm gonna use Errol Spence, and I'm gonna reverse this. Let's say, for instance, Errol Spence was using something, and in the fight with Terrence Crawford gets hurt or injured. At that point, no matter how much I support Errol Spence, I got a big, big problem with the type of enhancement that he chose to use and got that result. So sometimes we got to get way past people that we support just because we like them. And whoever was it just said a while ago, what we ultimately want is a clean sport. That's the goal. And I think it's going to be very difficult to have that happen as long as Victor Conte is allowed to have basically he's got a stronghold on the sport right now, if you ask me. But I just wanted to say that, Manager Martin. Again, man, I don't want to take too much time, but everybody's made some really good points, and I just wanted to point out what I saw.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your perspective. You make a lot of good sense with what you say, as always. And you're more than welcome to come up anytime, Aaron. I got to get this super chat, and I want to address something else. We're going to move on with the other parts of the show. Who is this here? Michael D. Stories 87. Double salute to you. Thank you for your support and contribution to the channel. Michael D says, what is snacks? Did Devin eat snacks with drugs in it? Well, we don't know the answer to whether somebody is eating snacks with drugs in it or not. Definitively, we don't know. We don't know. But what we do know with snacks is, I can answer that question. If you look on your screen, it's very simple. Snacks, or let me read it. Victor Conte's sports nutrition company. SNAC offers products that improve your level of fitness, helps lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. That's what SNAC is. That's what it is. And these are the two fighters that are most notably advertising SNAC, because Devin Haney's been with SNAC, according to Victor Conte, his last 10 fights. And his performance has been enhanced in those fights, including the fight with Regis, where he came in rehydrated 30 extra pounds, almost 25 to 30 pounds bigger. I think it was about 25 because it was 140, but I don't know how much he weighed in at the fight. For that fight, I think he was dead on the needle with 140, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Regis weighed in at 139. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But in any event, they're the two biggest proponents right now that's getting a lot of attention for being on the SNAC program. And, you know, we like to call a spade and keep it real over here. You know, the SNAC program works. And I want to talk about one more thing with SNAC, right? And I'm going to talk about one more thing with SNAC. And then we're going to move on, right? Now, Devin Haney says something in that documentary. And I said this before, so this was not an epiphany I got today. But he says something in the documentary. And he said people might come to me and have come to me and said, Victor Conti's going to give you drugs. You know, Victor Conti has a history of, you know, dealing with PEDs. You know, watch out for him. You know what I mean? He didn't change his life around. Oh, you know, all kind of stuff they was coming to Devin Haney about because he's with the SNAC program. And Devin Haney says something in that Netflix documentary. I alluded to this before. He said, yeah, people come to me all the time and say all that stuff. I don't pay no attention to it. I don't pay no attention to it. And then earlier today, this is where I got the epiphany at. Tim Montgomery says something. He says something about after everything was over, while he was rolling with Victor Conti, at the time, what his attitude was, what his mentality was at the time, knowing that his performances was being enhanced. And I'm starting to see some similar trends when it comes to certain fighters that's on the SNAC program. Remember, my whole foundation tonight, talking about the SNAC program, was some of the parallels I've seen from the documentary. The other athletes that Victor was working with 20-some years ago, it seemed like it's starting to have those similarities today. I want to play that for you, and we're going to move on. Listen to Tim Montgomery, the mentality that he had while he was having his performance enhanced, rolling with Victor Conti.
There were no adverse health effects and all the dosages were correct. So the opposite was true.
You become numb to what's right and what's wrong. At the end of the day, I wanted something so bad at any price possible.
After an 18-month investigation. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard what Tim Montgomery said? The mentality that he developed while rolling with Victor Conti, while being on a program that enhanced his performance, including illegally, because these performance enhancements were drugs. Y'all heard what he said, right? I'm going to play it again.
Blood testing on everybody, making sure there were no adverse health effects and all the dosages were correct. So the opposite was true.
You become numb to what's right and what's wrong. At the end of the day, I wanted something so bad at any price possible.
So when I hear a fighter say, I know all of the facts laid before me. I hear what people saying to me about Victor Conti, the potential of hanging with him, the potential of me being offered something illegal to take, the opportunities that it's going to provide for me to enhance my performances rolling with the SNAC program. But you know what? I don't pay attention to none of that. And then I hear what Tim Montgomery just said of how you become numb and desensitized to doing and knowing what's right or wrong. Because at the end of the day, he just wanted to win. And he wanted to do it in such a dramatic fashion so that he can get the satisfaction of being called great by other people. By what? Breaking records, which is what he did at any cost. That's what he said. And I just wanted people to hear that, because I'm not putting words in nobody's mouth or trying to misinterpret nothing. But as soon as I heard him say that again earlier, I watched the documentary 12 times. That stuck out to me. And even when Terrence Crawford, you know what I mean? After he won the fight, I said this already on my channel live, you know, with the thumbnail with Errol Spence that had the dent in his head. I've been saying this. This ain't nothing new. But Terrence Crawford, you know, he didn't respond to me in a natural response after beating Spence, making that kind of history that he's made. And then even after that, you know what I mean? Mentality-wise. I'm just saying that stuck out to me. Those two fighters, Devin Haney and Crawford, based on what he said. I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. I've been telling y'all everything I've been saying, and I'm standing on it. So I'm just saying, like, certain similarities from 20-some years ago with Victor Conte and the other athletes, moving forward 20-some years later, we're dealing with it with the fighters that's with the SNAC program, you know, today. And, you know, that's kind of like my take on that. Bob Arum has said some things. We're going to move right along. Bob Arum, he made a reference to Devin Haney's numbers. He was asked about it. I wanted to play what he said. And I had some things that I wanted to address with that. And let's talk about that. Before we do, I got Many Face Publishing. Double salute to you again. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Many Face Publishing says, Conte is Roger Goodell, trial judge, jury, and executioner. He not only has a nutrition program, and he's with VADA testing monopoly. Hey, that's facts. And I want to also bring up this too. Even though we talking about SNAC, we got to deal with what's real. And guess what? Go do your research if you don't believe me, because I can pull it up right now and put it on the screen, but it's going to take me a little while, and I don't want to hold the show up no more. Did y'all know that Victor Conte is close with VADA? He understands and know all the protocols of the testing with VADA. Y'all already know that part, right? Good. But did y'all know that Memo Heredia, the same guy that Victor Conte accused of using undetectable steroids with David Benavidez, you know, the one that used to work with Victor Conte, him. Don't y'all know he's close and know the testing protocols of WADA and USADA? Did y'all know that? Yo, did y'all know that though? Y'all didn't know that? Yeah. You see that? Now, it's interesting to me, Victor Conte is close to he's close to VADA, knowing all the testing protocols, even though he's a nutritionist, even though he has supplements that he gives to these athletes and whatever else he's doing with them and giving them. But Memo Heredia is close to USADA. He knows all their testing protocols. And he's being accused by Victor Conte of giving athletes and fighters undetectable steroids. Isn't that something? Y'all didn't know that last part, did you? Yeah. See, we deal with it all. We got to keep it all the way on it. Now, let's get to Bob Arum real quick, because I know the panel, people might want to jump back up here with the panel. Y'all, I feel like crap right now. We're going to get this show on the roll. We don't make no excuses. This is boxing. Now, Bob Arum said some things, and I want to play back, roll the tape on Bob, because he was making some interesting comments about the pay-per-view buys of Devin Haney when he was asked about it. And I wanted to make sure I played that. I got about 2 things I wanted to address with that. In the meantime and in between time, let me see. Is this it right here? Yeah. This the guy. Y'all know him? Look on your screen. Remember this guy? Rick Glaser? Yeah, one of my homies sent me this earlier. One of my homies sent me this earlier in the week. Salute to my guy, Luther. He sent this to me a couple days ago. This is Rick Glaser. This him. He's talking about the Devin Haney and Regis Prograis paper excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Pay-per-view numbers, right? Now, we don't give any credence to this guy over here at all. Okay? We don't give him no credence over here at all. At all. We know he be capping the people. I just wanted to prove to y'all where he's getting his information from. Yeah, acting like he's a real insider. Yeah, we see on our screen where he's really getting his information from. We see it. We see it. Yep. Now, how do we know that he's getting this information from there? I'm going to read you the part, and then we're going to move on to what Bob Arum said that Rick Glaser repeated. We all know piracy is a big problem, but it also had a horrible undercard. And holiday season pay-per-views has never do good numbers in the United States. Remember, Benavidez and Andre barely broke 60,000, and that was on pay-per-view on cable. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna take this off the screen. We don't want to hear anything this guy has. But I wanted to show y'all where Rick Glaser's getting his information from. Here's Bob Arum, who said it first, and then this is Bob Arum. This interview was conducted by Fight Hub. They posted it, I think, sometime yesterday. This is Bob Arum talking about the pay-per-view numbers of Devin Haney.
And I'm looking forward to it in April.
And of course, the guy who beat George Kambosos twice to become the undisputed, the fighter you promoted for a few fights, Devin Haney, he just had a resounding one-sided decision win against Regis Prograis. Seems like the entire social universe is talking about the pay-per-view numbers for that fight. And if there's anyone who's plugged into the pay-per-view industry, it's you, Bob. What are the numbers you're hearing for that fight?
Very, very disappointing. But again, you know, you put a fight on, first of all, in December, pay-per-view. Now, what are people concerned about in December? Saving up their money so they could spend it on Christmas presents. The pay-per-view is so expensive now.
Stop. Now let's deal with it now. Bob Arum said when you put on a pay-per-view in December, people are not focusing on boxing. They're focusing on buying basically Christmas presents. That's what he's basically saying. Buying gifts to celebrate the holiday. So when you put on a fight in the month of December, whether it be the 1st or the 31st or 30th, don't make a difference. It's in December. Your pay-per-view numbers are not going to be well at all because the fight happened in December between Haney and Regis. And that's the reason why the pay-per-view buys were disappointing. Y'all got that? Okay. I have a question for Bob Arum, but I'm going to ask the chat as well. What month was it when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder on pay-per-view in their first fight? I'm gonna put my glasses on so y'all can hear what I'm saying. Let me ask that question again. What month was it in the chat that Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury in their first fight? It was in December, right? Okay. What Rick Glaser talking about? Holiday seasons, pay-per-views never do good numbers in the United States. Well, first and foremost, all the apps that we know of, and even those cable networks, aren't they global? Aren't they global? Aren't the pay-per-view buys global? Yeah, we know about the ancillary rights. We know about the different countries that can purchase the fight. We know that. But I'm just saying in general, though. In general. Fight happened in December, right? What Bob talking about? That's not the only pay-per-view fight that we've seen that's happened in December. In fact, isn't... Anyway, what month is Anyway fighting in this year? Salute to you, Band Up. I see you. So you salute to you also, Kevin Rice. Anyway, am I saying his name right? Inoue from Japan. What month is Inoue fighting in? December, right? Okay. What network is the American public going to be able to pay for and stream that fight on? What's the name of the network we get to stream that on here in America to see Inoue fight in Japan? What network? What streaming platform? Yeah. The day after Christmas on the 26th. Right. But what streaming platform? What streaming platform? Here in the United States, there's a streaming platform that we're going to be able to watch that fight in Japan. What network? I need somebody in the chat to help us out. What network? There we go, Andre Smith. Huh? ESPN Plus, right? Okay then. Thank you, Andre. Andre Smith and Andre Noble. Thank y'all. Okay then. So we got Tyson Fury fought Wilder pay-per-view. They first fight in December. We got Inoue. He's fighting on ESPN Plus the day after Christmas. And then, of course, we got Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fighting two separate opponents this weekend on the 23rd in December. And, of course, the American public will be able to purchase the pay-per-view to watch that fight. So while we're talking about how hard it is to have fights on pay-per-view in December, when we've always seen fights on pay-per-view in December. Not a lot of them, but yeah, we've seen some fights. And if you say the holiday season, what holiday are you talking about? Because there were times where people fought the same week of Thanksgiving. That's a major holiday here in America, right? Like when Kell Brook fought Terrence Crawford on ESPN Plus. A week and a half to 2 weeks before, it was really a week and a half before Thanksgiving. Major holiday. The year after that, Terrence Crawford fights Sean Porter, ESPN Plus, literally a few days before Thanksgiving. Because Rick Glaser, let me put his thing back up here, he used Remember Benavidez and Andrade. Benavidez and Andrade What month did they fight in? Trying to prove a point here. What month did Benavidez and Andre fight on? Can somebody in the chat please help me? Benavidez versus Andre. What month did they fight in? Please, somebody help me. Thank you. Thank you. They fought in November, right? Thank you, Andre and Bully Bull. They fought in November, right? Now, this is why you need to stop listening to Rick Glaser. Because he said holiday season pay-per-views have never done good numbers in the United States. Remember Benavidez and Andre, right? Now, if you including the Thanksgiving holiday, which is what Rick Glaser did by pointing out Benavidez versus Andre, what about when Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter? What month did Sean Porter fight Terrence Crawford in, y'all? Can somebody in the chat answer that question, please? What month did Sean Porter fight Terrence Crawford on? Terrence Crawford in. Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter fought in what month? All right, nobody answer? I'll answer. Thank you, Carl Brown. That's correct. Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter in November. ESPN Plus. Rick Glaser. What month did Terrence Crawford fight Kell Brook in? A year before that. In November, right? But I thought you said the holiday seasons, including Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? Here in America, right? You see, these guys just want to get a platform so they can basically downplay the success of PBC and Al Heyman. I'm talking about Rick Glaser. I just proved that other fights have happened on pay-per-view in November, like Andre and Benavidez did. You know, when Terrence Crawford fought on Top Rank, Rick Glaser ain't say that then, and neither did Bob Arum. Big fights happen in November, December. That's all I'm saying. Hey, look, watch this. What month did Terrence Crawford fight David Ebenezer in? What month was that? Excuse me, y'all. What month was that? What month was that? The December, right? And speaking of Terrence Crawford and David Ebenezer, they fought last December. For a whole year, I've been asking for the numbers. Where's the matchmaker Blue Blood when you need them? What was the numbers in the pay-per-view buys for when Terrence Crawford fought David Ebenezer last December? What was the pay-per-view buys? We still haven't heard the numbers yet after a whole year. Right. Not saying that David Ebenezer and Terrence Crawford was a big fight. It wasn't. But what I'm saying is people put on other fights. Hey, look, y'all, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Hey, I want to show y'all something. Oh, I'm going to see if it's on here. Hold up. I'm going to see if it's on here. Yeah, it's on here. Hey, let me show y'all something since we talking about Rick Glaser and we're going to move on. Y'all see that on your screen? Rick Glaser said something, right? At the bottom of your screen. This is what he said. He said, being told by a very reliable source that Tank Davis does not want to get back in the ring for what's being offered by Al Heyman after making that big windfall versus Ryan Garcia. Y'all see that? I'm going to read the rest of it because you can't see it on your screen. But he says, sounds like another fighter that bases their value off of one fight. But that one fight was a total anomaly. That's boxing in this era. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis, he responded. That's his tweet. That's Tank Davis' tweet up above Rick Glaser's. You see what Tank said to him? You won't be with us too much longer. I'm not even going to feed into your BS. Clock ticking, buddy. Make the best of it instead of tweeting. Isn't that something? You see, Rick Glaser, he goes out of his way, to continue to demean Al Heyman, PBC, and the PBC fighters. And it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. I think I had a tweet as well that I wanted to put up there. Because I asked Rick Glaser a question, y'all. I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me see. Do I have it here? Up here, go right here. Oh, I don't think I edited it out. Oh, well. I'll put it up here. Y'all see my tweet? I tweeted Rick Glaser, right? I had a question for him. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Yeah, I had a question for him on Twitter. And I don't even be on Twitter, for real. I barely even know how to work it, to be honest with y'all. But I know how to send a message. That's all I know how to do. This is what I asked Rick Glaser, though. I said, Rick Glaser, this is what I asked him. Because it was in response to what he said to Tank Davis. But I didn't know Tank Davis had responded. I didn't see his response. But anyway, I said, if you hate Al Heyman so much, why do you invest your time in obtaining information about his business dealings and the boxers he represents, asking for a friend? LOL. I want to know the answer to that question. And I'm sure most of you do as well. Somebody told me to enlarge it. Y'all couldn't see that? Well, let me tell you what Rick Glaser's response to me was. And we're going to get on to finishing what Bob said about this. It's hard to sell in December. Let me tell you what Rick Glaser responded to me. Where he responded to me. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Hold on, let me see something. Turn one of these lights out. Hold on. There you go. Can y'all see that? What that say right there? He blocked me. What you blocked me for, bro? You should have answered my question if you was going to block me. I don't care if you blocked me. I just asked you a question. I just wanted to know the answer to it. That's all. He blocked me. Guy talked all that trash and they're going to block me. Let's get back to Bob. Because we see the proof where he get this from. See, now we get it. Rick Glaser is getting all of his quote-unquote inside sources from Bob Arum and them guys over there at Top Rank. He ain't no real inside source. He's trying to repeat the same thing he heard Bob say. And let's finish what Bob Arum said. Let's finish.
Pay-per-view. Now, what are people concerned about in December? Saving up their money so they could spend it on Christmas presents. The pay-per-view is so expensive now.
Stop it. Bob, you cool, Bob, sometime, but I got to hold you accountable, Bob. He said the pay-per-view was so expensive between Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. He's trying to illustrate his point of why the pay-per-view numbers did not generate high velocity in the Regis versus Devin Haney fight. I have a question again. This is for Bob Arum, and this is for you all in the chat. How much was the pay-per-view between Regis Prograis and Devin Haney? How much was it? How much did it cost? Quickly in the chat, if we can. Can somebody answer that in the chat? How much was it to order the pay-per-view between Regis Prograis and Devin Haney? How much did it cost? How much did it cost? Real quick. Kevin Rice, thank you. $60, $59.99. Okay, cool. When Devin Haney, thank you, Asante L. $59.99, $60, right? Okay. When Devin Haney fought Lomachenko on ESPN Plus, how much was it when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko. How much did it cost us? Quickly in the chat. Quickly. How much did it cost us? How much did it cost us, y'all, to see Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight? Which was Devin Haney's last fight. How much was it? Guess what? It was $59.99. $59.99. I already knew the answer. I just wanted to pull it up because somebody's going to come back on here and say that I'm capping because of their favorite fighters. So basically what Bob Arum is saying, that the pay-per-view was too expensive. But the pay-per-view between Regis and Devin Haney on DAZN cost the same amount as $60 when you was promoting Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko. It was still the same price, whether it be from DAZN or ESPN Plus. It's the same price. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Let's continue.
A lot of people who are looking to stretch their dollars to buy presents for their kids and relatives don't want to put it into buying a fight, particularly a fight like Haney Regis Progress, which is not a huge, once in a lifetime attraction. And so the fact that it did very poorly is not really a reflection on, say, Haney's marketability.
Stop. Because the pay-per-view buys and the numbers did so poorly, is not a reflection of Devin Haney's marketability. That's what Bob Arum said. Now I have a question on that. When Devin Haney became undisputed after beating Kambosos in the first fight, he fought Kambosos again in the rematch. Hey, where did they fight at again? In the rematch. Where did Devin Haney fight Kambosos at in the second fight? Where did they fight at? Do anybody remember? Quickly in the chat so we can move on. Where did Devin Haney and Kambosos fight in the second fight after Devin Haney beat him and took the belts the first time? Oh my gosh. The chat said Australia. I got a question to you, Bob Arum. If these pay-per-view numbers were not a reflection of Devin Haney's marketability, and Devin Haney beat Kambosos, becoming the A side after being the champion, why did you have him fight in Australia for the second time instead of coming back to America, his home country, since he was A side? We need answers. So Devin Haney beat Kambosos in Australia, his home country, became unified. He's the A side now that he beat Kambosos the first time. Why didn't Bob Arum promote the rematch in Devin Haney's home country here in America to fight Kambosos again to defend the same title he just won? Because Bob Arum just said, it's not a reflection. of Devin Haney's marketability. I'll answer that question since Bob Arum is not here to answer it. Because we all know, and so do Bob Arum, all know that Devin Haney right now is not a pay-per-view attraction. Not now. He will be soon, in my opinion. But right now, no. And I have a third question. And this question is for Bob Arum, you know, Rick Glaser, Bill Haney, Eddie Hearn. What were the pay-per-view buys in the first place? See, Rick Glaser talked about 60,000 for Benavidez and Andrade. But what was the actual numbers? Was it really 50,000 pay-per-view buys, or was it something else? If it was 50,000 pay-per-view buys, it was 50,000. If it was less, it was less. If it was more, it was more. But what were they? What were the numbers? See, Bob Arum knows that Devin Haney is not marketable on pay-per-view as a star. Not yet. That's why he had him fight in Australia the second time against the guy who he beat for the belts. He was supposed to be the A side, right? That's what they say, right? They say in boxing, when you are a challenger and you beat the champion, you become the A side in the rematch. Isn't that what some of y'all keep saying about Crawford and Spence? Y'all said that he was the B side first, Crawford. Now that he took the belt from Spence, now he's the A side. He get to choose the weight that they're going to fight it in the rematch. He get to choose all of this. He get to have leverage. Now we on Devin Haney. What's the problem? That's what people keep saying, though. They keep saying that. You automatically become the A side. That's not always the case, but I'm proving the point here that sometimes that is the case. But my point with Bob Arum, see, Bob is saying that Devin Haney obviously is attractive on pay-per-view because him doing the quote-unquote disappointing numbers against Regis is not a reflection of his marketability. So then why didn't you, Bob Arum, promote him in America when he fought Kambosos for the second time? If that was the case. And if we're going to talk about these quote-unquote disappointing numbers because it was in the month of December, well, what was the numbers between him and Lomachenko? Because we haven't heard that yet either. And that was not in December. That fight happened in May. A month after Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia did their thing. And they did big numbers. Just asking a question. You know what I mean? See, we can't keep trying to put a narrative out there to protect people that we like. We got to keep it real. That's what Bob Arum was trying to do just now. That's all it is. He's trying to say the numbers was disappointing, but it wasn't because of Devin Haney's fault. You know what I mean? It was because the fight happened in the month of December. I just proved to y'all 2, 3, 4 different fights happened in the month of December. This year and a couple years before that. And Rick Glaser said something about the holiday seasons. I proved to y'all several fights that was on pay-per-view in November. So the point that I'm making is it's okay that Devin is not a pay-per-view attraction. It's all right. His time will come. I believe. He's a talented fighter. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is the numbers were low, according to what we keep hearing. We don't know what the numbers are, but somebody's saying 50,000, but I don't know if that's true or not. It could have been 100,000. That might be considerably low, according to what standard you're using. I don't know. But if the pay-per-view numbers was 50,000 and he made 1.5 million in his last fight, Devin Haney, I'm talking about. Excuse me. He's not gonna have a lot of leverage in the negotiations with Tank Davis. Now, if he do what I've been telling him to do for the last 6 months, guess what? He'll get the fight. He's going to have to compromise. Tank might have to compromise, you know, and I'm talking about calling Al Haymon. So you got to call Al and get down with them. I want to also point out something else as well, speaking of Al Haymon. Do anybody remember that interview that Adrien Broner did? Do anybody remember that? When he first got with BLK Prime, he did an interview. Do anybody remember that interview that he did? I'm not talking about when he left BLK Prime. I'm talking about when he first announced that he was going to be fighting on BLK Prime. Anybody remember that interview that he did? Remember what he said about the PBC? He said, I'm trying to find it, but I don't know where it's at. Y'all remember what he said? He said, you won't get paid if you fight under PBC. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid a lot of money. But guess what? You're going to have to fight Godzilla. In the chat, do y'all remember Adrien Broner saying that? After he left PBC and went over to announce that he was going to be fighting on BLK Prime? That was last year. Y'all remember that? I just need somebody in the chat to confirm if you did or you didn't. Real quick. Y'all remember that? Anybody remember that? I do. He said you're going to have to fight Godzilla. You're going to get paid a lot of money when you fight under the PBC banner. But you're going to have to fight Godzilla. People in the chat telling me they remember that. And guess what? Adrien Broner is absolutely correct. You're going to have to fight Godzilla when you go over to PBC. And that's the reason why you see certain people don't want to get on the phone and call Al Haymon. Crown Jewel Boxing TV, double salute to my family. What's going on, Crown Jewel? Glad to have you, brother. See, that's why they don't want to call Al. Because when you go to see Al and sign with PBC, it's going to be easier to negotiate and materialize the fight between Devin Haney and Tank Davis. And there's no question about that. Because that fight becomes in-house. But if you don't want to call Al, you know Godzilla over there. Godzilla over at the PBC. Yeah, and I'm not saying just Tank Davis. All them fighters that represent PBC. Hey, they Godzilla. You know if you get on the phone with Al Haymon, you're going to have to fight Godzilla. That's what it is. So if you don't want to fight Godzilla, and I mean, let me reframe. When I say Godzilla, that's what Adrien Broner is saying. Basically, it is competition on your level or above. The competition is going to be legit. It's not going to be any, overmatched opponents. Not too many of those. You're going to have to rumble over there, PBC. That's how you generate the revenue. But you're not going to have a guaranteed contract with a promoter. So you're going to definitely cut the middleman out and save 25 to 30% of your purse. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want to deal with Al Haymon, but you want to keep dealing with this promoter, becoming a free agent shortly, then fighting that promoter, then fighting for that promoter, and then being a free agent short term, and then you're going back to the first promoter, just call Al and go fight Godzilla. Now somebody's going to say, man, Jamarty, here you go again, hating again. You're going to say, man, Jamarty, there you go. Always trying to put somebody down, which y'all know I'm not. But I had a question on something. I want to ask the chat a question. real quick. Mario Barrios, Keith Thurman. Who manages those two fighters? Real quick in the chat, real quick in the chat. Who manages those two fighters? Who manages Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman? They fight under the PBC banner, so I'm asking you all, who managed them? Cash Crypto, I see you, thank you. Boley, I see you. Anybody else in the chat? Who manages Keith Thurman? Who manages Mario Barrios? That's 4 people. Okay. They said Al Heyman in the chat. Correct. Let me ask you a question. Who's the manager for Tank Davis? Thank you, Ring Kings Podcast. Al Heyman. So now I got another question. And this question is for Bill Haney and Eddie Hearn and whoever else need to answer. Why would you, let me reframe that. Why get on the phone and call Keith Thurman? This is the words of Bill Haney. Bill Haney said this himself, y'all. This is not hating. Bill Haney said he called Keith Thurman directly himself. So my question is, why would you call Keith Thurman directly? Why would you publicly call out Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios when they are at a totally different weight class at 147? But more importantly, they have the same manager and representation and fight under the same banner as Tank Davis. In other words, if you're going to get in contact with Keith Thurman, because I know Matias fight under the PBC banner as well, I just can't confirm that Al Heyman manages him. Excuse me. Because I don't think Al manages him directly. Just like you see Benavidez, he fights under the PBC banner, but we know Samson Lukowicz, right, is his promoter, and he gets them those opportunities. He get David those opportunities, and Fundora too. Y'all know Fundora. Samson represents him as well. So he gets those two fighters, you know what I mean, opportunities with Al. You know what I mean? But back to my point. Why would you be screaming out names for Devin Haney to fight at a different weight class when they have the same exact manager who they fight under the same promotional banner as Tank Davis? Why not just go directly to Al and call for a fight at a more legitimate weight class of Devin Haney, whether it be between 135 and 140, calling Al Heyman to set that fight up with Tank, than opposed to going up in weight to have to get on the phone with Al Heyman anyway to materialize a fight between Mario Barrios or Keith Thurman. Does that make any sense to y'all? I'm just asking a question because that don't make any sense to me. All 3 of these fighters are represented by their advisor, Al Heyman. Mario Barrios, Keith Thurman, Tank Davis. Why scream out fighting Mario Barrios or Keith Thurman when you got to go through the advisor anyway, when you could just say, let me go through the advisor directly and see if we can get Tank? Anybody can say they don't have Al Heyman number. You guys, you can get in contact with Sam Watson. Everybody know that. Come on, man. Terrence Crawford ain't have Al Heyman number either. But he figured out a way to get it. And he got it. And he talked directly to Al Heyman. And got the deal done because he got representation at that point. You see my point? Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. The numbers was only 5,000 pay-per-view buys on BLK Prime between Crawford and David Evanesian. That's what somebody said in the chat. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the numbers. I've been asking for a whole year now since the fight happened. All right, moving on before we go. We in 3 hours. I didn't expect to be this long, but I'm glad. I feel a little bit better. I'm glad that everybody came in. Show love and support in the chat and the viewership. Real quick, what's happening? 23rd, Anthony Joshua against Otto Wallen. Now, Bob Arum said he think he gonna lose. He think Joshua gonna lose that fight. Hey, Deontay Wilder fighting Joseph Parker. We're gonna do a preview of the fight right now, just to get, you know, a little feel for everybody in the chat. You know, let's talk about that fight real quick. Just a preview, not a prediction yet. We're not gonna give a breakdown or a prediction. We're gonna get a breakdown tomorrow. Thursday, we're gonna give the prediction. Friday, I think it should be the weigh-in, right? So to preview the fight, you know, starting with Bivol. Isn't Bivol fighting on that card? Is that Bivol? I think Bivol is fighting on that card. I think Bivol gonna win that. But before Bivol fight, the guy, Big Baby Jarrell Miller. I don't know how the man done popped dirty 3 or 4 times with steroids and the banned substance list. I don't know how many fights Eddie Hearn gonna let this guy compete in. I don't know, but he got another crack at the title again. And not the title, the world championship title. The title of being a professional active boxer. That title. Because I don't know how he keep on getting opportunities. You know, the man done tested dirty 3-4 times. That's what messed the fight up between him and Anthony Joshua, which made Andy Ruiz have to come in and be a last-minute replacement. Illy Willie, double salute. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Thank you for your super sticker. Salute to you. Oh, your super chat, rather. Salute. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, how he keep getting all these opportunities. Now, I know somebody going to say, well, Eddie Hearn might have nothing to do with it because they fighting in Saudi. You might be right about that. But I had a question on that. If that's the case, they fighting on the zone. You know Eddie can pick that phone up. You know what I mean? Because a lot of Eddie Hearn's fighters, I don't want to bring their names up because this ain't about them. I will if I have to. But they be popping dirty. For real, for real. No, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how he's even able to compete in a ring. Jarrell Miller should be banned from the sport. Just like they banned Antonio Margarita. But they only gave him, what, like a year or something? But no, he should be banned for life like they did, what's the boy name that was like, the one I mixed? Give me the bottle, the one I mixed. Louis Resto and them, trainer. Panama Lewis. They banned him for life for boxing for doing all that cheating he was doing. Caused another man to lose his life. So what I'm saying is, Jarrell Miller, he got to go. You can't keep testing dirty on 3-4 different occasions, having PEDs and steroids and all that in your system. You can hurt somebody badly. So that's all I'm saying. But then you got Bivol. He's fighting Arthur, right? Bivol. I think that's going to be a good fight. I like Bivol, man. That young boy can rumble. I like him. I like Bivol. I really do. I like him. I'm going to give my previews and my breakdown tomorrow. But yeah, I like Bivol. Yeah, I like Bivol. I don't even have to give a breakdown of this, but I'm going to give a little special teaser. Man, Wilder going to knock Parker out. But then again, we don't know. Because remember, the last time we saw Wilder fight in 12 rounds was against Tyson Fury. We seen him fight last October against the guy Hellenius, but he only fought half a round. So hopefully he gets an opportunity to be more active in sparring, be more active in that gym, because he's coming off of a lengthy layoff, to fight Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? Thank you, Crown Jewel. I see you in the chat. Panama Lewis. Yep. So that's the thing, man. We'll see. But I think that, and Joseph Parker can fight. I mean, I don't think he's like in his prime or nothing. I mean, Anthony Joshua beat him. So the blueprint is already laid out for Parker to lose. A couple people beat Parker, but I think that's a good fight to build Deontay Wilder's confidence back up, get some rounds in. I believe in this fight, he should get some rounds in. I ain't gonna give my whole preview right. I mean, my whole breakdown yet, but get some rounds in, and then just knock Parker out. And then I think if Joshua wins against Otto and Wilder wins, both of them gonna fight each other. That's what I think. I told y'all that a couple weeks ago. That's what it looks like to me on this card. I could be wrong, but it just looked like it's a setup for both of them to fight. You know what I mean? So my thing is, hey, but Joshua got to win too, because he knocked out Helenius within 3 or 4 rounds. So he didn't get a lot of rounds in. But we also seen how Wallen busted open Tyson Fury in their fight. Hopefully Wallen comes to fight, because if he does, Anthony Joshua gonna have a big fight on his hands. You know what I mean? We shall see. We definitely shall see. Oh, my fault, y'all. I'm up here talking and I had me on mute. My fault. Oh, wait a minute. Did I read the super chat? Did y'all hear me read the super chat? I don't think y'all heard me. Well, I'm gonna read it again if y'all didn't hear me. Double salute to my guy Toon. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Toon. Toon says only buying for Frank Sanchez. I got Sanchez in under 4, got Wilder in under 6, Bivol by unanimous decision, Big Baby by late stoppage between rounds 9 and 10, and AJ by knockout. What a good prediction. Hey, Toon, make sure you come back on tomorrow and Thursday, or one or the other, so that we can dissect. We got to dissect this, because this is possible. Your prediction is likely, highly possible to happen. But we're gonna do our breakdown tomorrow, then our prediction of all these fights: Sanchez, Bivol, Wilder, and Joshua. And I do believe that the reason why Wilder and Joshua are the main and co-main event on this card is because if they come out with the wins, they should fight each other next. I'm not gonna say I have evidence of that because I don't. But just knowing the business of boxing and seeing how they're trying to put this card together and seeing the opponents that they're matching these fighters up with, to me, it's just very simple of how they putting this together. You know, Joshua and Wilder, if they both win, they can rumble each other. And they might do it in Saudi Arabia because the money's over in Saudi. Saudi got that money. Saudi got the check. We'll see. We 3 hours and 10 minutes in. Man, I'm about to go lay back down. I had a really good time today, y'all, for real. Real good time. Had some fun today. We rolled the tape on a couple of things. You know, we covered everything we said we was going to cover. We had my guy Knockout Boxing come through. Salute to him again. 2 Cents Boxing. You know, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. We had her come on the panel briefly. You know, Crown Jewel Boxing is here. Please go subscribe to his channel as well. Support him. Subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV if y'all haven't done so already. You know, support him. Subscribe to his channel. He's over 10,000. I'm on your heels, Knockout. I'm trying to get my numbers up. You know what I mean? I'm going to get my numbers up to 10,000 soon. You know, YouTube got me on punishment right now with my views and slowing down the subscribers. But as long as y'all come every day that we on live and just watching my content, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all support. And but we had a good show today, man. Real good show. We had Rachel Donaire in the chat as well. So double salute to Rachel. She probably left already. All the members of the Roll the Tape film crew, thank y'all for coming out. The new viewership that came through today. All the new subscribers, thank y'all so much. I got to pull out the same way I pulled in. I pulled in with the intro. I got to pull out with the intro the same exact way. Thank you, Aaron Muhammad. It was a great show because you came on the panel, my brother. It was a great show because we had a good panel. It was a great show because we had people like yourself, Aaron, and some other people that held the chat down. You know what I mean? AJ64. When I get a chance, I'm going to go on this thing here. You got a wrench coming your way, my brother. Let me lay down for a minute. I got you. I got you, bro. But listen, y'all, we back here again tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get it in. And I look forward to seeing each and every last one of y'all. Salute to everybody that acknowledged me in the chat that came through. And I got to leave y'all with this picture right here. Because you ain't got to believe me. The SNAC program works. Oh, yes, it does. Ooh, wait. SNAC works. All right, y'all. I got to pull in the way I pulled out. I got the hottest intro on YouTube. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you.